What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your boy 2-3 man Wellington. Just tapping in with you guys. Our first little video gonna be on Black Indian. We watching this together. I'm learning with y'all as we learn. We can talk about it. I follow the video. We can talk about it. The first year we're gonna get into it. I dropped the link, man. The link is in the chat if you want to come up on the panel, man.
Solo.
What up with it?
What we talking about?
So we watch the video on Black Indian.
Black America. Okay.
That's cool with you?
Hell yeah. No, I got my my relative and they got a little black tribe. He out here. I think they in Dallas right now. I can't remember what the tribe is called. But yeah, play that and then I'll look for it as I'm listening.
Okay.
What if I told you?
What if I told you?
What if I told you
That there are a group of Black Indians
that created the largest haven
in
in the U.S. for escaped slaves?
the 1700s? What if I told you?
What if I told you that there was a group of Black Indians that led the largest slave revolt in U.S. history?
What if I told you that there were a group of Blacks in the United States
that forced their own emancipation
before the Civil War?
What if I told you
What if I told you that there were a group of Black Indians
that led a mass exodus along the Trail of Tears and then right out of the United States?
What if I told you?
What if I told you?
What if I told you that this is the true story of the Black Seminoles, and you've likely never heard it before?
I never learned about them, and they were never in my history books.
This is a story about betrayal, distrust, backstabbing, and about a people that have been, for some reason, lost to history. This is about the Black Seminoles, the Black Indians,
and their long, remarkable journey to freedom.
Can't do this no more, Abigail. I won't.
What do you mean, Abraham? You're scaring me.
We've been slaves long enough now. I won't spend another day under the whip of these crackers.
Where we go? You know
I might should have watched this video by Blade.
Florida.
Nah.
Florida. I heard him say it's free there. It's a chance, Abigail.
Florida? It's so far, Abraham, and it's dangerous.
I'll kill anybody that gets in our way. Staying here is death. We deserve better. You deserve better. We deserve a life free of these crackers.
Live free or die trying.
Okay, that's
Live
50
free, die trying. Them, along with several other enslaved Africans, made their way down to Spanish Florida. They fought slavers, bounty hunters, and many were recaptured and lost their lives along the way. But finally, several made it to freedom, at least for a while, in the swamplands of Spanish Florida.
During the same time period, there were several civilized indigenous populations scattered across these lands.
The term civilized
pause
tribes
that.
was applied to the major
Solo,
Native
can you go
American
back to that
tribes
real
that
quick
took.
and just pause that and let me see if I can see.
You want me to rewind it?
Yeah, where they had you see where they had all them tribes at, spread it across the United States.
Hold on, let me
During the same time period, there were several civilized
Let me see. Okay, now play it.
indigenous populations scattered across these lands.
There, right there. Let me see.
Yeah, I was talking to me and Real Steel was on here yesterday. We kind of got into a little bit of this yesterday.
Uh-huh.
Like I was trying to, me and him talking about, I was telling him, like I've been telling some of my homeboys, like everybody didn't come on those slave ships, bro.
No.
There was already people here.
Yeah, there's definitely people here.
You know what I'm saying? So we can't just say we were slaves, part of the slaves, because everybody, when they came over here, they put everybody in bondage.
And looking at this, bro, it's kind of fucked up because my grandma is an Iroquois.
Okay.
So
They're Indian.
yeah, they Iroquois. So, and I don't see them. And matter of fact, Iroquois is right a little bit in between where that, around water. And see, as I'm looking around water, I do not see them.
It might be down here with Texas where the word is.
Okay.
Let me see.
The term civilized tribe.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't.
The last one was Apache. But, history even speaks that, they weren't like aggressive. Like they were on the water, so they lived off the water, fish, And I guess that's why I like fucking seafood so fucking much.
During the same time period, there were several
civilized
indigenous
Yeah, I'm good. Go ahead.
populations scattered across these lands.
The term civilized tribes was applied to the major Native American tribes that took the bad medicine of the white man. They were classified as civilized because they had adopted the attributes of European culture, becoming Christians, sending their children off to re-education institutions, market participation, intermarriage with white Americans, and
wait for it,
chattel slavery practices, including the purchase of enslaved Africans. Little did they know that the cotton reservations that they had would become cotton plantations after they were stolen and seized by the same white people they were emulating.
Hey guys, sorry for the shaky video in advance, but we are on our way to a town called Mosquis, and this is another town here in Mexico. But this town is the closest town we could get to Nacimiento, which is the town that a tribe, actually the Seminoles from the USA, kind of came over here to seek refuge during times of slavery. They are warrior people. They are a fierce people. There are some survivors, and it's not a whole lot of them there. So we're hoping that we're able to make some contact.
We've been exploring stories of how Africans made it here, and it's a variety of ways, but this community that we're going to is a completely different story and history of how they made it here.
So we're just praying for some favor as we go so we can show you guys and so we can learn about the real deal here in Mexico and Black people and their migration here. So see y'all there.
Yes, my name is Wendy Goodlow. I am a Black Seminole, and more specifically, I'm a descendant of the Seminole Negro Indian Scouts, which were the group of men that joined the military.
They don't want us to be Indian, so they don't have to give us a lot of stuff.
They don't want us.
You gotta get that. They don't pay taxes and shit.
They don't pay taxes. They get free. They get money, monthly money. That's why they don't want us to be Indian.
Yeah, no, you can't be an Indian. We lose money.
Yeah. They don't want to get stuff. That's crazy. They were selling to the white people for $5.
Yeah. But my daddy's mama is Indian.
But
I know they're mean as hell.
I actually think all of us are Indian. Most of the people over here are Indian, are descendants of Indians. You probably got a few that came from across the water, but I think all of us mostly descendants of them. That's why we don't know who we are. because you got to remember, a lot of them already came over here from over there, Israel and Egypt. They already came over here to America before it was America.
Yep.
They just got caught because they were dark-skinned people, so they put them in bondage just like they did us.
Everybody else.
A lot of people like down my bloodline that, you know, that my family, a part of my family was enslaved, and white blood was added to us, but that's not true at all. Well, for my grandma's side.
I mean,
Well, I think all of us, with all the raping and the sex, even with females owning slaves and having sex with slaves, I think all of us have that a dose of Caucasian in us. You know?
Yeah, we do.
All of us, everybody. So, and this goes the same with white people, but we're more melanated than them. Like, we take over, so we'll never be able to tell unless we're actually light skinned.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and then a lot of the Indians, they weren't dark black like that. They were fair skinned, brown skinned, what we consider red. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's still a part of the melanated community.
And you need to fix that old snoring truck.
Man, I know, man. I'm gonna take this bitch to the shop tomorrow. I'm trying to find goddamn some electronics store so I can goddamn get me a converter and goddamn, convert my shit.
But you can go live from your phone, real still.
I know, but I can't do all the shit that I can do on my laptop that I can on my phone.
Yeah.
See, I can't share the screen like you sharing the screen. Not with my phone. At least I don't know. I haven't tried it.
I haven't tried it, so I don't know. Ain't gonna lie to you on that.
Yeah, I never even thought to try that motherfucker. I was just trying to get me a converter and hook the laptop up so I can go live and at a time y'all niggas could join me, man. Every time I go live, nigga, all my friends at work.
Yeah. What time you be going on live?
Yeah, in the morning, 10, 11, 12. Today I dropped 2 videos.
Drop it on the group chat, bro. That way I can, I can know. Cause I mean, shit, I got my AirPods in, so.
Okay, I just be goddamn going up. I think niggas get the notification.
I don't get no notification, bro. So I don't. That's
yeah,
why
I know you told me that too.
Yeah, I don't
put it in the group chat, bro.
I drop it in there for sure.
So that way I can get in, and I try.
Look, the whole thing with me, if I see somebody, it'll rejuvenate my shit. You know what I'm saying? Cause now I see it. Now I know who I'm talking to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
I be on that motherfucker like damn there, but I be knowing what I'm talking about because I be going in. Especially when I know what I'm talking about. Especially with that shit hit home, like, bro, y'all, nigga, I just be trying to, keep that shit all the way 100, man. I don't be shit trying to, hide nothing, I ain't letting nothing get by. Nigga, you did that shit. Oh, ass nigga, you did that whole ass shit. That's why niggas mad. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all trying to get a little game on stories, shit that happened to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, fucking with niggas that don't really mean you no good and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, trying to just being down with the team, being that live wire nigga that just go. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. That's what was going on today, though. I had seen some shit made me want to tell a couple stories, man. Hopefully a nigga can take those stories and avoid some mistakes they headed to make. You understand what I'm saying? That type shit.
Hey, let me throw this out on solos. Hey, merch out, bro. Holla at me if y'all want merch.
What is the merch?
Trade shirts.
Put it on the big screen.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to blow them up right now.
This my collar one.
Brother Dunn, salute, man. Appreciate you tapping in. Okay.
Yeah, what a t-shirt set.
I got them. Let me know.
Well, that's anything on the back of them?
This is mine. Yeah, I can't get on the back though. I don't know.
Yeah.
My phone don't go through the back. But
This nigga say my phone don't go through the back. Man, we not finna
like, hold on.
Hey man, when you get that motherfucker, let me find it. Goddamn it, yeah. Okay,
You
okay.
see it?
We kind of see it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what's the t-shirts for?
I do them for like 15.
All right, you gotta ship. You gotta send it to me now.
You in Austin?
No, he
I
ain't.
ain't no damn Austin now.
You ain't in Austin? Where you at?
Georgia.
Georgia.
Okay. Yeah, I can do that.
All right, I cash out you the money. Hold on, right quick.
I need to give me one of those motherfuckers too. That's the only color you got. What is that? Black and gold?
I got black. Yeah, I do black and gold.
I got some shoes that go good with that, so I'm cool with that.
Yeah. Just when you when you want one, just send me your size and shit, and then I'll tell you when to send me the money, so I can get them, so I can make sure they like you want them. Because if you want dry fit, if you want regular polyester, you know.
I'm gonna fuck with you. I'm gonna tap in. You know I gotta support you, man. I'm gonna get in there and give me one of those motherfuckers. Hey, you ain't got no hat?
I got hats too. I do hats. I got hats.
You got beanies?
I got beanies. I got well, we had the mask. We had the mask, but I wasn't putting, I was just putting roosters on the mask.
Oh,
yeah. Long sleeve. Well, shit, nigga ain't no need no long sleeve. And this time it's finna start hot.
I wear beanies all year round.
Yeah, but beanies, yeah. Beanies, I can do beanies. I can get those made, and shit, just really let me know.
Chop it up some more.
Mm-hmm.
And fought for the military in the U.S. from 1870 to 1914. So I grew up in Bracketville, around that history.
We had not found out about the Black Underground Railroad that led into
Well,
Mexico.
hey, put it on the main screen. I can't
Not
see
many
it.
people have.
Okay, hold on, my bad.
But whoa, like, what you know about this underground?
So you can't see it? No,
yeah,
but I got you on the main screen. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that show was clean. And I was looking at you like,
like I was finna start talking about
yeah,
it.
I'm looking at you.
Whoa, what's going on? Black indigenous people moving to Mexico. What is this?
I know it's a lot. That's what I always tell you. It's a lot of story. The way that our elders began the story was that in the late 1600s, around 1680s into the early 1690s, there were what would become known as the Gullahs, but they were enslaved Africans living in the Low Country who took it upon themselves to seek their own freedom. So instead of going north, they went south into Florida because Florida at that time was a Spanish territory. So it was not part of the formation of the U.S. at that point. It was owned by the Spanish.
In 1687, 8 men, 2 women, and a nursing child escaped from Carolina to Spanish St. Augustine and requested baptism into the true faith. Florida's governor sheltered the runaways out of Christian obligation and refused to return them when an agent from Carolina came to reclaim them. The slaves' telegraph quickly reported this outcome, and soon other runaways began arriving in St. Augustine. Florida officials repeatedly solicited Spain for guidance, and finally, on November 7, 1693, Charles II issued a royal proclamation
giving liberty to all, the men as well as the women, so that by their example and by my liberty, others will do the same.
Jose was establishing freedom seekers who were making their way down from the Carolinas, escaping slavery. They made it down to Spanish Florida. They could live free.
And once they got there, they found that there were already people there who were living free. There were formerly enslaved Africans. There were free blacks who were living on the land.
At Nero's Town on the Swanee River. Here on the Apalachicola River, even before the one here at Prospect Bluff, you had a settlement near Ocheesee Bluff. They established a separate one where there were several hundred Maroon fighters. You had many settlements of free blacks all through Florida, particularly, late 1700s, early 1800s.
There were also Native Americans. At the same time that was happening, there was the group of Creeks who lived just north of Florida. And because of moral differences, they splintered into the Upper Creeks and Lower Creeks. And the Upper Creeks decided that they wanted to break away and go down into Florida to get away from the Lower Creeks, who were taking on more European ways of life. And one of those was to begin chattel slavery. That's where the idea of the word Seminole comes from, is that some linguists believe that it is a Creek word or Muskogee word, and it's pronounced Shimonoli or Seminole. They believe it means runaway because these Creeks believed that part of their group was running away. And so it's also interesting that it fits for what would become the Black Seminoles, because they were essentially running away as well. They formed their own villages but were interacting with the Seminoles, so they would become known as the Black Seminoles.
The African and indigenous people lived and worked closely together. And in time, they came to view themselves as a part of the same loosely organized tribe, cultivating a mutual respect of each other's cultures. The Africans adopted a lot of the Indian garb, and the Indians adopted African agriculture, music, and folklore. And they lived this way for over 100 years, raising generations of children in freedom. As Florida continued to be a haven for Black freedom, this didn't set too well with antebellum Georgia. They shared a border, and contentions were high. At this point, there was a lot of retaliation going on. The U.S. military launched raids, tried to steal slaves, steal cattle, and encroach on this Spanish land.
The United States felt that the existence of this community served as something of a beacon of freedom for slaves from Georgia and the Carolinas, or even the Creek Nation, to slip away from bondage and come down here seeking freedom in Florida.
In the spring of 1818, the U.S. government launched their attack.
As soon as the U.S. military was dispatched at the orders of Andrew $20 Jackson, this marked the beginning of the First Seminole War.
That's a whole ass nigga.
The 1818 Battle of Swanee is again recorded by the U.S. military. The people referred to as Black warriors held off the U.S. troops.
The Seminoles, known as the Red Sticks in that area, and the Black Seminoles held their ground and held up their contract with the Spanish to defend the border.
They ultimately fell back, and the village was destroyed. Fell back to was the Manatee River, Tampa Bay, Angola.
At the conclusion of the First Seminole War, the Spanish sold Florida to the Americans for $5 million. This drove the Seminoles and the Black Seminoles deeper into Central Florida, deeper into the Everglades. It was here that the two bands grew closer, and it was also here that birthed two legendary leaders, Osceola for the Seminoles and John Horse, aka Abraham, to lead the Black Seminoles.
So the First Seminole War began between 1860 and 1870 when General Andrew Jackson went in and started a war.
I read somewhere that he was trying to recapture Black.
Yeah.
Formerly enslaved. They weren't even formerly enslaved at this period. They were never even.
They were generations removed. Yeah, they were generations removed. And Andrew Jackson, he was the only president who ever ran on the idea of committing genocide. So he promised that he would wipe out, all Native Americans and return formerly enslaved Africans to their owners.
Auto insurance all seems the same until it's time to use it. With
Boy.
USAA, it's easy to file claims.
I don't even
schedule
want to
repairs,
hold a $20
and access
bill
further
after that.
assistance right through your app. Or
break my shit down in tens.
Hey, but that's crazy how they just do it.
Yeah, that is fucked up, man. Wow, I didn't even know that, boy. Yeah, hey, Solo. When I go to the bank, I'm gonna tell them niggas don't give me no 20.
I don't want no 20. Give me all ones and fives.
Yeah, all ones, fives, and tens. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy. That's most of their history though. They talk. See, America always try to talk about other countries, how violent they are and this and that.
But look what the fuck they were doing.
Yeah.
Like, bro, like conquering, like taking over something that ain't even theirs, bro, and then trying to pay. Like,
that's why they messed over Gaddafi, because Gaddafi was trying to help the blacks over here. Once they seen him trying to help the blacks, they're like, oh, we gotta take him out.
mm-hmm.
They want to be in control of everything and all the power. That's why they made Jesus white, and we know he's not white because the Bible says. I mean, brown skin, like a penny, wool hair.
Copper. Yep.
I ain't never seen a white person with wool hair, skin like copper. None of that. You know?
None of that.
If they put that image up there, when you see a picture of things, it kind of mess people up. They just focus on the picture instead of the word.
The word, yeah.
You know, so they've been doing that the whole time. That's why Putin put that picture out and showed us black Jesus. They try to say it was fake and all that. That man got evidence. We live in Friday.
Andrew $20 Jackson is POTUS number 7. This wealthy Tennessee enslaved, known to be the poor white man's champion, with a base known for their riots and lynching, a presidency full of scandal, he would be best known for his deep hatred of black people and Indians, promising to deal with the banks, restructure the government, and deal with the nagging Indian problem holding the country back.
The Indian problem. This was the name given to indigenous Americans just living their life on their land, but land that the colonial settlers wanted. They wanted to take their land, their joy, their happiness, but especially that land.
There's almost a mythology about this, that somehow when the Pilgrims arrived, they were dragging land behind them. There was no land brought here. The land here was Native nations. And this is what the United States needed. It's what it wanted. They wanted all of it. They wanted everything.
Between 1830 and 1850, about 100,000 Native Americans were evicted at gunpoint from their ancestral homelands. They were escorted by the United States military to designated Indian territory in present-day Oklahoma. The relocation, known as the Trail of Tears, was the result of genocidal legislation called the Indian Removal Act of 1830, signed into law by President Andrew Jackson.
Hey, what's up, family? Hope you guys are enjoying this video. And if you are, please consider sharing this video. We found so many lies and unearthed so many interesting things that we never knew, and we're hoping that you found some new things as well. We want to share it with the world. So sharing is caring, and if you guys care, share this thing so we can let the community know what's going on out here.
And if you'd like to see more content just like this, consider joining our Patreon, where you get a window seat into our travels and stories about the diaspora.
All right, y'all, back to the video. Share this thing.
So the first Seminole War happens, and then by 1838 is when the second one starts. So there is a span of about 20 years between, and within this time, the Seminoles and Black Seminoles have only gotten closer. The Black Seminoles are highly militarized.
You see them three? It was 3
so
wars.
When the war does begin, they are out there.
They don't even talk about that in school.
General Jessup says
They're not going to talk about it because they don't want
Indian war. This is
they stuff to look bad, brother.
They were at the front lines.
General Jessup wasn't wrong. It was a black war. It was a Negro war. It was the largest Negro uprising the United States had ever seen. And it's in no history books anywhere. More than 300 enslaved individuals rose up against their plantations and came to join arms with the Black Seminoles to fight against the United States of America and for freedom.
After the defeat of the First Seminole War, Andrew Jackson went on to become President of the United States of America, and he signed the Indian Removal Act. At his signing of this act, they knew that a war was coming, and they prepared accordingly.
John Horse and his compatriots gathered the troops together. They went around to the local plantations all throughout Florida, rallying up the enslaved and telling them that they can get their freedom, and they listened. At his call, they all came to fight against the United States government.
They fought tooth and nail with everything that they had and launched a 7-year war that cost the United States government more than they had ever spent and more than they would spend ever until the Vietnam War. They caused more casualties and more damage than any other slave rebellion in U.S. history. So why haven't you heard about it?
The reason that they fought so hard and were known for fighting was because for the Seminoles, they would just die. But for the Black Seminoles, they would be returned to slavery. So that was what they were fighting for and against. And so the thing was that they didn't just kill, they killed twice. You know, they wanted to make sure that their enemies were dead.
John Horse, being the excellent strategist and leader that he was, told the United States government that he would lay down his arms if and only if they would give them papers of emancipation for each and every one of his soldiers. And they agreed to this. So they put down their arms, and the Black Seminoles began their trek on the Trail of Tears, headed to modern-day Oklahoma. They lost lives as well, but I believe their disposition was a bit different from the other indigenous people that were on that trail. I believe that these Africans were looking forward to getting to that reserved place in modern-day Oklahoma. I believe they saw it as a new start and a new life that awaited them. But when they got there, they found old demons. They found broken promises. And they found that Uncle Sam is the same dirty uncle that he's always been.
But of course, everything changed by the time they got to Oklahoma.
This reservation wasn't their happily ever after, nor was it the end of their story. At this reservation, the U.S. Attorney General, Nathan Clifford, announced that the U.S. government didn't even have the authority to grant their freedom in the first place. In other words, their emancipation was essentially revoked.
Y'all, we have made it out here to the remotest of the remote.
We are in El Nacimiento de los Negros.
Now, out here, these people are the people that never bow down. You guys, their history dates way back. From North Carolina down to Florida, from Florida to Oklahoma, and from Oklahoma, walked all the way into Mexico, a 6-month hike.
And made it here to freedom in 1850.
The story goes a little something like this.
But for the Black Seminoles, they were threatened with being captured and returned to slavery because it was outlawed territory. And so there were slave catchers there.
Anyone with African features were being kidnapped and sold off in the night.
So pretty quickly, John Horse started looking for a way out.
A group of Black Seminoles led by the Wildcats, who was like the chief of the Seminoles, and John Horse, who was essentially the chief of the Black Seminoles, made their way down to Mexico. Mexico had abolished slavery, and it was a dream of both John Horse and Wildcat to make it to freedom, to make it here to Mexico. They got here in 1850 and settled in this town in the state of Coahuila called El Nacimiento de los Negros.
My name is Corina Torralba Harrington. I was born in Nacimiento, Coahuila, Mexico, Comunidad Negros Mascogos, and I migrated to the United States when I was about 7 years old.
When they made it to Mexico, it was the land of milk and honey. They were greeted with open arms because Mexico had a problem. They had raiding parties. The Comanche and Apache tribes were raiding all along that Mexican border. Also, the Americans were encroaching, as they do, all along that border. So Mexico received them with open arms, as they did for every Black self-emancipating individual. But for these people, they gave arms, they gave weapons and land in the state of Coahuila, in a little city called Nacimiento. The Black Seminoles that settled in Mexico, particularly the ones that settled here in Nacimiento, were granted certain rights back in the 1850s.
I want to go out there.
For a particular set of reasons.
Remember that.
They received.
Yeah, remember that. And then, Shit, post that video in our group chat because I'm gonna tell my girl, hey, we gonna go there. We gonna try to go there next year.
Land, they received supports from the government, and they received autonomy, which allowed them the ability to govern their own communities, have their own type of laws, as long as they assured the government that they would protect the border. At that time, the Apache tribes and Comanche tribes were raiding all along the border, and the United States was pretty much encroaching in the area, trying to get more and more land. And these guys settled here and ruthlessly defended the border. There are many recorded exploits of them chasing down Apache, Comanche, Americans, Texas Rangers. Their reputation did not even compare to what they really were. In fact, they defended that border so fiercely that after the Emancipation Proclamation, the United States military came knocking.
In 1870, the United States Army sent a message to the Black Seminoles chief, John Horse, inviting him to enlist with them to become Indian scouts and help them fight the hostile Native Americans. They accepted because they were promised repatriation, but they also believed that they would be granted land, food, provisions, and reimbursements for traveling costs. But there's one thing about promises made to the Black Seminoles from the U.S. government. Not a single one was ever kept.
You know, the amazing thing to me is that Mexico is really the only country or government that honored their promise. So out of the British, the Spanish, the Americans, the Mexicans were the only ones.
Despite this, the Black Seminoles fought fiercely alongside the Buffalo Soldiers, and not a single member of the Black Seminole Indian Scouts was killed or seriously injured, despite all of their fights with hostile Native Americans. They never failed a mission, and several members received the highest honor in the military.
Yeah.
After their services were no longer needed, they were kicked off the fort from which they had served and eventually settled in Brackenville, Texas.
So walking around the streets of El Nacimiento de los Negros, it's a very small
Brackenville?
community, a very tight-knit community, and very quiet. But walking through the streets, you see the signs of their history.
It's just really cool being here. This area it's Afro. This area is distinctively different. Again, we had to travel a long way from a very small town just to get here. It's remote, and you know why it's remote. Have you been back lately at all?
Yes, I go back every Juneteenth because of our Juneteenth celebration there.
Oh shit.
It is different. I was very surprised to when I found out that we actually celebrate Juneteenth down there. When I started learning all the history, I was like, well, why do we celebrate it? You know, if our people freed themselves, you know, they liberated themselves. It was that important to them. They decided to have that celebration. You know, we've always known that celebration as El Baile de los Negros, o El Día del Negro, o El 19. So
that's beautiful. So it's in solidarity almost.
Yes, exactly. I also have a Casa de la Cultura there, and I'm wearing my shirt today. And I go back for that a lot too, and other projects that I'm working on there.
I never knew about any Black Seminoles coming over to Mexico. I never knew about it until maybe last year.
So our history starts in Africa. Our people were the people that would rather die than be enslaved. To just tell, you know, everything that our people did, because I just want those kids to know who our people were, the warriors that they were. They were brave, what they did. I want them to know what kind of people are their people, they come from.
So many people believe it was only one way, and that's not the way. That's not even the real way it was. We didn't just sit down and take it. We didn't just come over here and say, okay, we're just gonna be slaves. Yep, that's what we'll do.
Yeah.
You know? No, not hardly. So that is the main reason I'm telling the story, so people can get the real information, the honest information.
Like we have people that we know that are getting involved, you know, especially here in the United States, just being native, you know, we're native, we're not black.
Yep.
So what all I have to say is to those people is, okay, you know, that's your story. This is my story. You know, if you're just native, then you're not part of the Black Seminoles. That's not something that I'm making up. We cannot tell our story and take away our blackness, our Africanness, our negro, you know, whatever it is that you want to call yourself, we cannot tell our story taking that away.
Throughout this video, we have been diving into the cultural heritage and influences of the Black Mascojos, or the Black Seminoles. And it's so interesting because it's this mix of like American indigenous, it's a mix of African, and now that they've been settled here in Mexico for a while, it's a mix of Mexican also. It's really interesting to dive into and reminded me of diving into my own culture and history. We recently took DNA tests with my heritage to kind of dive in and find out what we're made of. If you're interested in finding out your heritage and diving into your culture as well, check out My Heritage. They are one of the top family history and DNA services out there, and it's a great way to know what you're made of.
So what y'all think, man?
I don't know, man. She was kind
First
of
of all,
pale, man.
She was what?
Oh yeah, what did this bitch say, Trill?
nah, what was you finna say, fam?
I don't know. She just was real pale talking about niggas.
But she, I mean, a real, but she's a native, bro.
Yeah.
She's a native, and what she grew up at, that's what the Black Seminoles was. So it's part of her history, what she's saying.
Okay, I get it.
So basically, her people are or were a part of that.
Yeah. So like she might have a little nigga in her because you know they was mixing and dabbing.
No, she said that.
Yeah.
She said that. Man, that's crazy. That's a lot of history, bro, that I did not know. Cause I felt like, hell, Mexicans, shit, they really don't like us. You know what I'm saying?
No, they don't.
Hey, some of them though.
Yeah, but that's the ones that's been put in around us. You get what I'm saying? The ones that ain't been made to be around us, they don't like us.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Go ahead, because I'm gonna say something else about that.
And I feel like with that being said, we are a part of Mexican culture, bro. Now we might not be a big portion of that whole, of Mexico, but we're there, bro. And so we've been there, and I'm pretty sure when everything was, starting to get better for the blacks, is with freeing slaves and everything, I'm pretty sure that some of the blacks from that town ventured off into Mexico, bro.
Or they, you know how when you fighting a war, you get pushed back.
Yeah.
So they probably in that war or that battle, they was pushed back into Mexico. So I could believe the niggas in Mexico because of the actually being pushed back into Mexico. You understand what I'm saying?
Real spill, real talk, bro. It's a Mexican rapper. I'm talking about he don't speak no English, bro. He dark, bro. He's dark. He darker than me and you. But he let it be known. Like, yeah, nigga, I'm a nigga. You know what I'm saying? But it's in Spanish.
Tend to not understand
I was telling him
that time
I went
really
to school
doesn't
with a
exist.
Mexican like that. If you could put us in the crowd and you could not point him as a Mexican out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how dark skinned he was. That's how nappy his hair was. Now, as far as how we interact with each other nowadays, like if I grew up my school had everybody: Arabics, Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, all of us, a gumbo pot, every culture you could think of, Chaldean, everything. We was all in one school. So we all kind of got along. Even outside of school, we got along, but we were all in the same conditions. I didn't start seeing Mexican and black hatred or dislike towards each other until I came down south. When I came down south, I started noticing like, damn, these Mexicans ain't cool like the Mexicans at the house. They different. They act like they better than us or something.
Mhm.
They like not the, they different. Like they want they
Act-
more so.
They acted like they different from us, but
They
they're
think
not.
they white until the white people show them that they not white.
Yeah.
Right.
Then
Just
they
like
want to be apart.
Mm-hmm.
just like a lot of niggas, niggas get out of line and then white people gotta you still a nigga, you know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
put them in their place.
Yeah. You still a nigga.
Yeah, so
They shouldn't have that much power. God damn. White folks cold, bro.
Yeah, they ain't cold, man.
They got that power because we let them. They ain't gonna say we let them take it. They took it. They 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 had the bigger army, bro, and they were more aggressive than
We were.
we was more like spiritual people, man. Like
We were a peaceful people, bro.
yeah, we still be trying to help the white people or other people when we ain't got nothing.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So
Hard,
we just good-hearted people at heart.
Well, we embrace, bro. We embrace every culture, bro. We embrace, like for instance, old boy was like, shit. He was tripped out when he came down here and started hearing, Mexicans be like, "What's up, my nigga?"
Oh hell no! Mason said, "Nigga," you know what I'm saying? They was us. Them niggas taught us how to fire down AK-47s and make them automatic, like they were us. You understand what I'm saying, bro?
Yeah.
Like it wasn't no divide, nigga. It was, you got black folks in Mexican gangs and Mexicans in black folks gangs. When I got down here, and this shit was like, man, y'all ain't like South Park, Michigan.
No, they nigga Mexicans. That's what I be telling them. Like, hey, bro, you don't like. I might chop it up with one of my homeboys and be like, real talk, fam. You ain't like the other Mexicans. You like a nigga Mexican. Like my girl is like, now she's Mexican, bro, but she's a nigga Mexican. You know what I'm saying?
She talk like us.
She talk like us.
But
She talk like us. She can understand Spanish. She can speak Spanish.
right.
But she's in love with a black male.
Okay.
Yeah. Three kids. She gotta be in love. Nigga, she wasn't gonna stay around that long. And
nigga now.
And her
full fledged.
And her family embraced me. Now they Mexicans. Like not the Mexicans like, from Mexico. They like yeah. Them, yeah, cholos.
Yeah. Them the ones that's in Detroit.
And they embraced me. Now I would hear, we would be talking, and like one time we was all shooting dice and shit, right? And I caught the dice. And then one of my brother-in-law, he was like, well, shit, that ain't how we play, bro. That's how y'all black people play. That's how black people play. We can catch dice. You catch the first 3 dice. After that, you free. You can do whatever, shoot how you want to shoot. But they don't play it like that. They don't catch. They not catch. Yeah. It's whatever you land on is whatever you land, basically.
Kill yourself.
Huh?
That's how I like to kill yourself. That's how I like to play. I don't catch nothing. Just shoot, nigga.
Yeah.
Hey, Rhonda Dunn said, what y'all think about Africans selling slaves back in the day in Africa?
We'll go first, Real.
I always felt like it was like the strong take over the weak. You know what I'm saying? Because even though we was all, one people, we still had different, just like gangs. So you got this set over here, or you got this tribe over here that's a weak tribe and this tribe over here that's a stronger tribe, it's always the strong gonna take. It's always the strongest, gonna take over in
Yeah.
any civilization. That's even in the neighborhood you live in. The weak gonna perish. You gotta be strong to survive. So I think that was more of some survival type of shit.
Yeah.
Going on. And even though it's fucked up, but I don't think we had as much. We didn't know as much back then. We just was, niggas just trying to take over. You know what I'm saying? Barbaric as hell. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean it was different. It was different clans, tribes, or how would they? Yeah, tribes. So it's different black tribes. Our black tribes, we wanna take over majority of this part. Hell, if we can catch these niggas and send these niggas this way, we can get them up out of here. So that's majority. That's probably why. And you know what? It is kind of wrong, bro. But hey, we wasn't in that time, so we don't know what was going on in Africa at that time either.
Yeah, we don't. But I think it was more. We was like the people that they sold was more like the chosen people. I kind of like the Bible. There was a nation of people that they. I feel like there was a nation of people that they hated so much because God or whoever showed more favor to them. They got rid of them, just like you'll get rid of a prodigal son. Like Cain did his brother Abel, he was getting so much love and not people getting love, so he killed him or whatever type thing. I think it's more like that. But I don't see them capturing their own people and telling them whether they weak or not.
Yeah, they capturing their people. They catching another tribe slipping, coming into their spot. Invading and
Yeah.
and they want that. So the only way to get them out,
Or it could have been something simple as shit. These are the degenerates. These are the criminals and shit. You know what I'm saying? These are the motherfuckers that's no good for over here.
Yeah.
Because every civilization had a hierarchy that policed everything.
Yeah.
And if you did something wrong, you got locked up.
So, but they gonna just sell them women and men. They was selling children too. So the kids did something wrong.
Nah.
No, but see, the kids are part of that tribe. They are believed. They are already instilled to do exactly how they tribe do. So it's like, if we still keep these kids are gonna grow up and they gonna remember you selling off their mama and daddy, nigga. They gonna drive you out of there.
Yeah. And they're gonna remember their ways. They gonna still stick with their ways.
Get all that.
Yeah, you gotta kill a whole litter.
You gotta kill the bloodline.
You gotta take the whole bloodline. That shit was savage back then.
Yeah, it was savage back then, bro.
It's still like that right now though in Africa. They doing stuff like that.
Yeah, they kill militaries and shit, and it's
malicious.
People against these people. Ghana. You got Ghana. You got Nigeria. Nigeria. For me, bro, Nigerians are the most evilest Africans to me. They talk crazy.
Yeah. Hey, look.
I work at a nursing home. I was finna jump on a few of them.
Listen, bro.
Like, nigga, you ain't gonna tell me what to do, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You got me fucked up. But I had to reframe because it was people from the beaches and shit of Africa, and they were coming and they were sweet, bro. They were nice. They would laugh. They were really trying to get with the program.
Yeah.
The Nigerians come over here and they think they better than black people themselves.
Yeah.
So then they get to talking crazy. Hey, go do this. Like, what? You could be like, hey, bro, can you do this? And I think you need to do this. You need to do this now. Like, bro, come on.
Yeah.
Come at me like that, bro. I done had to snap off. I done had to snap on a couple Nigerians, bro.
Have you ever thought maybe that's just the way they talk?
That's how they are, though.
They like that, bro. Them niggas is the niggas that's, them niggas that go take over them oil where they be digging oil at, they go take over that shit.
Yeah.
That's them Nigerian niggas. They call them something. They like, I don't want to say warlords. They call them something else. But them jungle niggas, man. Them but them niggas.
Niggas talk to you crazy, bro.
But them niggas do not play, bro. Them niggas said, fuck the government. Niggas talk about the U.S. government, niggas. I'm talking about them folks. Them folks be over there with them oil fields, planting them, digging for that oil and shit. And they be having their own little section. You know what I'm saying? That shit be nice as a motherfucker, right? Because they rich as fuck. And them folks go over there and take over all that shit, bro. Like, look, this our shit. Y'all gonna, come on in. And they make them Nigerian folks something else, bro. Them niggas was on CNN talking about, nigga, fuck the U.S. government. Nigga, we gonna overthrow that shit. Anytime they bring anything over here, nigga, it's up. And they talk though. You know how they talk.
Bro, they'll talk to you real crazy.
Yeah, bro, them folks do not give a fuck. When I tell you them niggas in the jungle, them niggas in the jungle.
I'm trying to think of them. I'm trying to think of some other Africans that's pretty. That's respect.
Well, Ethiopians.
Yes,
Cape
Ethiopians.
Verdeans.
They're more.
The beautifulest women in the world is in Cape Verde, Africa. Nigga, that's where I want to go live, nigga. And I can have 7, 8 of them bitches.
Ooh,
this nigga crazy in the motherfucking day.
Take them to Amsterdam and stick them in the window and shit, man.
Right, man. So you doing it wrong, man. You can't be doing that. You can't be doing a system like that.
I ain't doing them like that. This is by choice, not by force.
Yeah,
They don't want to do.
You supposed hold on, real still. You shouldn't want to do our black women like that. You should want to do the white women like that, like they did us.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
You should. Not saying not saying that we don't deserve it. Respect. All people deserve respect, but
I'm gonna tell you like this, bro. I respect the whore more so than I respect a lying ass regular bitch. Cause you gonna lie to me like you ain't fuck, or you gonna fuck for free. At least this hoe, you know what's up. You know what you got.
Yeah, I mean,
cool. But you gotta notice. Everybody, bro, is trying to be us. Everybody is trying to, everybody want, most of the celebrities, bro, think about it. Damn, they're black.
Yeah, most of the culture, everything comes from a black person. We got the style, we got the talk, we got everything.
The wall.
Far as style, far as our creativity is just on a whole nother level. Like we could start. I mean, eventually we're gonna be talking Ebonics on here one day, and ain't nobody gonna know what we talking about but us.
Yeah.
Because we gonna get so close knit to each other, the way we talking, we gonna understand each other. Like they might not, but we understood exactly what we said.
Yeah.
So and white folks, they can't understand how to do that. They mind don't think on the wavelength that our mind. We connected with the universe in a different way than they are, and you can't buy that. So the only thing you can do is pay for a nigga or buy a nigga that's gonna give it to you.
Yeah, that's gonna put you around that situation to where you can be.
So you can steal from it.
Basically.
What they always do.
That's what they are. Yeah, that's what they do.
Thievery.
Yeah. Right, you know that song I be playing on the live sometimes.
Well, go back to that. Go back to that solo. What do he say? Who do y'all trust?
Who? My computer is closed, so I'm gonna have to.
My bad.
No, you good. I'm probably gonna have to back out and start over on Thunder 50. I hate to do that. I don't know why it does.
That song I be playing, I bought it on this site, and it actually, like, I buy it from the artist. So I could play it whenever I want, on whatever I want, because it's my song. I bought it from this nigga.
Yeah.
He's not going to be like, I'm going to strike this nigga page. No, he going to let me play the song because I bought it. Nigga, it's mine. It's in my phone. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to put it out there like it's me. You know what I'm saying? But I could play it in my background and shit, not worry about a nigga striking me.
Yeah, but you can't. I don't think you can play it on YouTube. You'll get a copyright still.
What you got? It gotta be something. It gotta be from the like a record label is gonna copyright you because they own the copyright. But I actually bought it from the nigga.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So it's a hand in hand. It's a hand on hand sale. It's like I'm about to tell you the site I bought the shit from, so you can.
They copyrighted me on 2K for playing 2K, and just the noise, the songs in the background they were playing on 2K. I got copyright.
Yeah, because those songs are through record companies.
Yeah, but I'm on the game. It's on the game. It ain't like I was playing it. The game was playing it. The game that I'm playing.
Go to Even Biz.
Who?
Even Biz. Even.biz.
On YouTube?
No. It's a regular site. If you look it up on regular Google. And that's where you buy your art directly from the artist. It's like I buy a painting, so I can't show the painting.
Is it Bid, B-I-D or B-I-Z?
B-I-Z.
What happened to them 13 acres and a mule?
Man, we never. They never had mind to give us that shit.
You talking about this right here? Sure you can see it? I mean, real still?
Now you got to share that screen with us.
That's probably automatically shared.
No. I don't know share the YouTube screen. Yeah. See, buy the art from the artist. So it ain't record company, it ain't in the record company system. This direct. This I picked the price that I wanted to pay for that song. See what I'm saying? I picked the price that I wanted to pay for that album. Cause you can pay what you want.
It's up to them.
It's up to you, however much you want to pay for that shit.
But see, other people gonna bid on. See, I don't like
No. It's not a bid. I wanted to pay $10 for the album that I bought, and I paid $10. And it started was at like $3. I could have bought it for $3, but I wanted to get a nigga 10 because I like his music.
Okay.
It ain't it may start at a certain price because a nigga ain't gonna be like I'm selling it for $1. So he gonna start it at like $7. Like the other album I bought was like $7. It started at $7. So I paid him 10. Fuck it, nigga. I fuck with y'all. So this not in the record company. They not signed to Empire. This me buying it from him.
Okay.
So he know I bought it from him. And it came with like a T-shirt and a documentary. So I could go back and watch the documentary when I want to. It's mine. And he gonna send me a T-shirt when they get the merch together. So it's not record company structure, because with the record company, they gonna want everything every time everywhere it's played in. Them motherfuckers blood suckers.
That's a lot of those people.
Cause I ain't got a strike yet on my page. I've been playing the fuck out that shit. But that nigga say my name. He say my name in the song. The song named after me.
What's it called?
It's called Real Deal.
He didn't make the song for you, man.
I'm saying, right? Celebrity. Nigga celebrity. He knew that my name was Real Steel, and I was coming with the real deal, and he made me a player-ass song. I sent it to you, I think. Play that shit now, nigga. Like, He ain't gonna strike you. That's the whole nigga we fucking with. It's a nigga.
I'm gonna keep that in my thing. I'm gonna have to check them out too. What you talking about, Trill? That 40 acres and a mule up there?
Nah, I said what
me?
happened? We was get that.
We not gonna never get that.
That's fucked up, man.
We'll never get that. We're gonna get that when we leave here.
But you know what? No, we got that. You know why? Cause you gotta. That's why you have to go get you some land.
But even though you get the land, you still don't own the land.
You do own it.
No, you don't. Look into it, bro. Right now, just hold on. If you get on your land and you dig and find some oil, you don't own that oil. You own the top layer of that land.
No, what I do is,
but below it.
Yeah, and that's why we get mineral rights, bro. You gotta look into those. Like, we got mineral rights. It's in the contract. I mean, well, not the deed.
It's in the deed.
Everybody don't know that.
So if I'm back there digging and oil just start popping up, now what I can do is charge them to put a pump out there, because I don't want my whole land to be oily. Put a pump, and then boom, we good.
Oh yeah, then we make money off them.
Yeah. So I let them pump and I charge them for that pump. But you have to read, you have to know what you're looking at in those things, in those type of deeds and wills.
Yeah. They damn sure take it from you.
That's why a lot of people don't know what they're looking at or looking for.
We knew when we went, we knew exactly what we was looking for. First of all, you ain't gonna be able to tell us what to do on that land. My fence is painted purple. So you pull over there and I don't know who you is, you come through there and I blast you, that's your fault.
They don't know about them purple posts.
Yeah. Pull up over there if you want to.
I don't know about them. What the purple mean?
You can die. You pull up on that property.
Do that shit work in Georgia?
It might. If it's some country, then it might work. I know down here, I don't know about another state because I'm not from another state or or Texas though. But you come to Texas and you see anything with a purple post, don't go past them unless you're supposed to do it.
Especially if they don't know you.
Yeah, that's a free kill.
Yeah, free kill. The laws have to park at the gate and turn their lights off, get out the car, and wait.
Damn.
If the gate is open, then they can walk through the gate, but they can't drive through there. They can't take their vehicle.
Nigga, I need some purple gates.
This nigga said I need some purple gates.
I'm gonna invite niggas over and
not like that, because you got rules.
I can't just do it. I can't do it like that, bro.
No, you can't do it like that, bro. You can't let nobody over there killing.
Laughing.
This nigga gonna fuck up all the other folks. You ain't gonna never have no.
Nah, what I'm saying though is niggas be on that gangster shit. Pull up, nigga. Go on, pull up with that fuck.
Pull up.
If a nigga pull up to your house, whether you got purple post or not, so you can gun him down.
Nah, it's tricky. It get tricky.
Down here it ain't.
Here it ain't neither. It's just certain niggas, it get tricky, man. It get tricky. But I know if I got purple post, nigga, I got purple fence, nigga, your ass out, nigga.
But you gotta have your, it's gotta be on your land.
Yeah.
In a subdivision, it can't got HOA and all that shit.
No, I'm in the subdivision, but I own my shit though.
You gotta be on your own land.
Because even if you're in a subdivision and you own your shit, you technically don't, because HOA gets your money.
I ain't in no HOA, nigga. We don't do that.
You can't do it, nigga, unless you own some land.
Yeah.
You need to be, whether it's an acre, a half an acre, you gotta be on some land that's yours. You can't be in a community.
Yeah.
You
You
can't be
can't put in a
But
subdivision.
I do own my acre though. Like that mine. It's
Yeah,
mine.
but if you in the if you got people behind you on the side of you, all close and shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can't.
Oh, I know what I'm finna do.
It's more like
My
in the
nigga.
country type shit.
No
Yeah, man.
trespass. Now, if you got a no trespassing sign, that's different.
Okay.
No soliciting sign, that's different. That's letting them know.
Warning sign, yeah.
Yeah, but with you come out to my land, like I say, you ride by my first fence, and you see that purple thing, and even if the gates open up a lot, you jump across that pathway, and I don't know who you is, I'ma down you.
Hey man, I'm trying to figure it out, man. You know, I'm trying to figure it out, man. They say you admire my hustle, man.
Yeah, Ron the Don been in here fucking with us for a minute. I don't know if he's still in there, but he's been in there tapping in with us for a minute and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the Don.
I'm trying to put it together the nigga way, man.
Hey, the best way to do it, bro, go get you some land, bro. Go find you 2-3 acres, bro, and get you some land, bro. Cause when it gets deep down, when martial law hit, everybody that's in the subdivision or in the city, they in trouble.
I know it, but I
See,
already know.
when the troops try to come out there, I'ma already be set and ready.
Yeah, because you got time to prepare.
And I'm shooting on sight.
Yeah. You see that one nigga took the marshals and shit out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He was not playing with him. He wasn't going back.
See, what you need to be doing, Trill, is building you a fucking bunker, bro.
We in the process of doing it. Me and my wife, we got a container. We paid, I think we paid $920 for it, $920.
Get you 3 of them bitches, bro.
We in the process of doing that, but that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money, but you can also do it your damn self. Most of it.
Yeah. Like I got my buddies that they can do electricity. I got another buddy do installation. I got another buddy that do carpentry and building and all that. And then my father-in-law is a plumber. So shit.
Shout out Mouth Baby. What up, man?
And see, where I want to go where I could get a freshwater well.
You just gotta look on Zillow and they'll have them.
Yeah, I know. I just trying to.
We ain't got a well. We connected to a line, but I mean, we can dig our own well.
There's water up under everywhere, ain't it?
Yeah, I'm pretty. Cause my whole land is nothing but sand.
Oh yeah, some water somewhere around there. I seen these niggas. I worked for this company that built the hotel on top of sand. Like that was the what they made the foundation out of, sand.
Sand.
Yeah, I said that bitch gonna fall down.
This nigga crazy as shit.
Right, hey, now look, I'm driving a dump truck, man. I'm bagging up on this shit. This shit sinking like a motherfucker. I'm like, this goddamn hotel gonna tilt over, man. They locked that shit in. That shit been there for some years. They put that bitch up, but that was the foundation. The foundation was sand. I said, damn.
On that question that Ron the Don talking about, I trust that we make that we come up with a vote within the people to empower people. So it has to be like a round table, and they have to be voted from every city. But ain't no electoral, ain't none of that shit got to go. They got to go in the neighborhoods and they have to get those votes, bro.
Shit, they can let me run the USA. I can run it.
Hell no, I don't even want to run this shit.
I'll run it.
I'm sorry. I'm taking the payoff.
I wouldn't want to run it because anything two ways they go bad, bro, they gonna put it on you.
That's all right. Shit, I've been on the candidate of the world. Give it here. I think I can do a good job. I think I can do better than what they doing now.
I'm taking the money and I'm hitting the button.
So let me ask you this, Solo. You running it. What would you do for my people? My rooster people, my rooster community.
First of all, what I'm gonna do for the black people off the muscle, you might not get 40 acres, but if you're gonna get some acres, I'm giving you reparations off the muscle.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna look out for everybody, the homeless. Bro, we got too much money.
Now, history be told, cockfighting goes all the way back to the White House, bro. So it stopped being legal in the United States in 2009. No, 2000. Yeah. Louisiana was the last state to make
it illegal.
Yeah, to make it
Criminalize it.
Yeah. So, Oklahoma, Kentucky, these are big pits that used to be ran, and people all over the country, all over the United States will go because it's a big place where we can go and we ain't worried about getting taken down. Now, in Puerto Rico and Mexico, they got palincas, bro, where people can go watch, where people can go do this. And how I feel is, bro, if you don't like it, don't fucking worry about it. Mind your fucking business. It's a lot that I ain't gonna try to take down. It ain't got shit to do with me. I don't like it. I stay away from it.
See what it is with them, they can't profit off of it, so they don't want it.
Nah, but see, the thing is this, bro. If I was to run America on some real shit, bro, my whole shit would be MOB. That's my campaign. Mind your Mind your own business, motherfucker.
Now let me ask you this.
MOBM.
Would you take the Animal Rights Act away, like basically saying that animals have rights? Would you take that away?
What you mean? Like what I say?
Like right
now,
animals have rights. That's not what's up. Animals ain't supposed to have rights.
This is what we gonna do. We gonna be civil about this. An animal is never gonna have more rights than a human.
They do right now in 2020.
And those type of people, I don't understand the power structure that they have, but y'all take care of y'all animals. You understand what I'm saying? If you wanna make sure every animal is treated fairly, buy all of them. Because these people over here, what they doing with their animals is their motherfucking business. You heard me?
Exactly.
Mind your own business.
Okay,
motherfucker.
I understand that too, though, but the reason I think animal rights should be in effect now, to a certain extent, is because you don't want certain animals to go extinct.
Like what?
Like you can overhunt.
I'm not saying to where, like hunting seasons go out. Yes, that needs to be so they can reproduce. But people already understand that situation. What people don't understand is what I do with my shit
is what you do with yours.
I pay for it. I feed it. It comes over here. It's fucking healthy. I keep it straight. Why is you trying to tell me what I can't do?
And most of all, it ain't bothering you.
Exactly.
Mind your own yard. Stay in your yard.
like for instance, Solo. Whatever you do with your dogs, I'm your next door neighbor, and you slap the shit out your dog. I'm not gonna go call them people and tell them you for what? He probably fucking did something.
Yeah.
And that's your dog. That ain't got nothing to do with that. Now you can't come up my yard and slap my dog.
Yeah.
But shit, what you do on your property is your business. If you want to go and if you want to fight your dog, that ain't got nothing to do with me. I don't condone. Now, I don't like it. I'm not gonna sit there and go watch that type of deal. But that's not my business.
Now look.
Vote against you.
And I'm gonna say this, as far as Uncle Sam, me getting my cut as the president, we gonna keep that under the table. You understand me? American public citizens don't need to be aware of these taxes. This taxation that I'm gonna put on your ass.
No,
but
but
I'm gonna tax you though. You know what I'm saying? But we gonna keep that between us. And
you ain't gonna be up there long because you under the table.
But I'm saying all I need is 4 years, my nigga. All I need is 4 years, man.
We don't need you as president, man.
Let's straighten this shit out real quick, man. I dive in a nigga's shit. That's the whole difference between me. I'm diving in your shit and hitting the button. That you going to war.
Man, but you sending us to war and you killing out people, kids. You might even be sending your own kids to war.
Man, I ain't sending no kid, nigga. I'm sending the drones, nigga. War is different now. We ain't sending nobody.
So you sending the drones, they can send drones back at us. So why would you want to cause war? If there's no need for war, don't go to war.
But see, look, we minding our business, right? So we ain't going to war with nobody. We chilling. But what we saying is, don't come fucking with us, and we ain't gonna fuck with you.
Well, the reason other places come fucking with us is because our government go fucking with them or get into their business.
And that's what I'm saying. We gonna stop all that. We bringing the troops home day 2. Hey, look, man, get y'all ass from over there, man. Just keep the missiles pointed at them in case they try some shit. We gonna leave them niggas over there. The niggas, the pointing missile niggas. We gonna leave them over there, and we gonna rotate. But that's all y'all do. Other than that, trying to dictate what the fuck they got going on over there, man, y'all figure that shit out on y'all own. What else we got? I mean, why we need? Well, only reason we over there is because we strategically placing some shit in place so we could point some shit at some enemies, and we could spy on some motherfuckers and make sure motherfuckers ain't spying on us. This shit really get too deep, man. You fuck around and be the president, you gotta meet the devil.
Yeah, you're gonna have to meet the aliens too.
You got to meet the devil himself, and you got to go along, fall in line with that shit.
Hey, you the president, you gonna meet with the Illuminati.
You got to meet with the devil.
They gonna sit you down and they gonna tell you what the fuck you gonna do. You don't run shit. They gonna let you know what off top. Your decisions don't matter. Our decisions is what like. Hey, any of y'all ever watch Gotham?
Yeah.
Okay. The Court of Owls. Now they got a mayor. They got their own city and shit run. You know what I'm saying? But then you got the Court of Owls. That shit is like a message that people don't fucking get. Batman was always a message. That's why I always watched him, bro. To me, Superman wasn't never the message. It was Batman.
Yeah, I ain't that one got by me.
For the Owls that ran Gotham. So they had to sit at the table and decide, hey, we're gonna let these motherfuckers out there. We're gonna let all these crazy motherfuckers out Arkham Asylum. And yeah, we're gonna go back and try to get him, but we're gonna put a hero here to where he can catch him, but we're gonna let a whole bunch of motherfuckers out. That's crazy. And then he's gonna have to just get them one by one whenever he can get a chance. That shit crazy.
That sound about right.
Hey, Solo, think about that. Now go back and watch fucking it should be on Netflix, Gotham. And it's gonna put you on a mindset. You're gonna be like, damn.
You can see how that shit.
It's kind of like the United States.
Yeah, that shit kind of fucked up because it's like you said, bro, nigga. When you become president, you really don't have no say so for real at all.
Hell no, you don't.
You just the face that can articulate some shit, or they gonna allow you to, push the distraction. You won, we let you in, and this is what you gonna push. Cause this is what we need to be in effect when we put our play down.
I think when they let Obama be the president, he was just a face, a black face, so all the black people could vote for him.
Yeah, that's what it was.
And they eased all them they rights in on our ass.
But Obama wasn't the first black president. We had one back in the day. He on a $2 bill. If y'all look at it.
Yeah, I remember him.
Hamilton.
Is that who it was?
Is it Hamilton?
I can't remember his name.
I remember who he is though.
But we had one back in the day, way back in the day, like the 1800s.
Yeah, I remember that nigga.
Where your phone at? Yeah, give me that. Let me see that $2 bill. Hold on.
You sitting in the chairs or something.
I got where my wallet at. I don't even know it's my pen. I got one of them. I keep a $2 bill in my wallet. But he on there, you'll see him. If you look real good on the back of that, you'll see him.
Hold on.
He on there. You can put it up on YouTube. It'll show you. Yeah, zoom in on that nigga face.
So Jefferson is on the front. You said the back.
The back of it.
He on the back of that bitch.
Where at?
And I cussed.
A black male on the back of the $2 bill.
Yeah, nigga, he got a shag or something.
It looked like this dude right here.
Right here, look. I got it. I'm gonna pull it up. Hold on. Let me get back to the studio.
It's a black male. Yeah, that nigga was passing out cards, probably. You know what I'm saying? They just,
That's stupid. You
they
see
snapped the picture and he was right there. Oh, let me see.
Hold on, I'm gonna play the video.
Save money with Snapshot ProView. Instant savings on your commercial auto insurance and vehicle.
Insist that the man is John Hanson, supposedly our first president. And in a 2015 Facebook post that recently resurfaced and went viral, the claim is made more directly.
I see
As
him.
the producer and director of a documentary about $2 bills, not to mention the creator of all content on this channel, it's time to finally weigh in. First of all, the man depicted is not John Hanson, and he certainly isn't black, despite how it looks. According to a government-produced key of all the figures in John Trumbull's painting, Declaration of Independence, which is the basis for the design on the back of the $2 bill, the man...
I said, God brought me close to you for a reason. Yeah, man. Hey, fuck, man. Oh, man. I'm going to show... Man.
They just said the nigga wasn't black on that.
Happy, bro.
They gonna say that, but we know he's black, bro.
You can see it. You can see it. I was looking all dead, and when they made that little circle, I was like, okay, boom. And then I see him. I finally see him sitting there. I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah, that nigga been there the whole time.
You know what? And that's probably why we do have less $2 bills.
Yeah, they put it on the back of there. You don't notice it.
It's more dollars than $2. I'd rather have a $2 bill than $1.
I collect every time I get one. I try to save it.
Yeah, we did too. I got like 4 of them.
I got like 5 or 6 of them. I'm gonna run some of this video. See what y'all think of, man. Y'all cool?
What we
y'all like
to not understand.
Subscribe on Solo's page.
Dan,
is
that time really doesn't exist. Clocks exist. Time doesn't exist.
Right.
And like you said, we've been given this functional arrow of time, which puts us in one specific direction so that we can organize our thoughts and our days and our years and weeks and what we're going to do and what we're going to meet up with somebody and everything else. So we have this ability to coordinate and collaborate with each other like how we're here today at this specific time. However, if you understand that time is also an illusion, it's something that you can use as a tool, but if you also understand that it's an illusion, then you can actually master time and you can maximize what you're doing on this planet.
19 keys and high level conversation. Tap in with the guys.
Peace, family. Welcome back to another high-level conversation. Today we have a powerful presentation.
Is that fabulous?
Powerful energy.
No, I know that nigga, man.
I know that nigga. Executive, actor, producer, author. You understand me? TV host, academia. A man really whom those who have seen needs no introduction. You understand me? A very extraterrestrial intellect. You understand me? A person that can dive in multi-dimensional areas. You understand me? And a person that I don't have to hold back with whatsoever. You understand me? This is a man who has, you know, secured funding to build underground cities in Georgia. You understand me? A person who is a 2-time best-selling author. You understand me? Of Woke Doesn't Mean Broke, and of the Emerald Tablets, and also the founder of Forbidden Knowledge. You may have seen him on the Travel Channel. You may have him on the History Channel. You understand me? You may have seen him in another dimension when you just happen to be popping some shrooms or something and traveling through somewhere. Billy Carson was right there floating next to you, giving you some God. You understand me? This is a powerful brother. Not only is he found things here on Earth, but he's actually found things out in space. You understand me? And we're going to dive deep into exactly what that means. So today, I want to introduce you to none other than the most powerful, prolific brother known as Mr. Billy Carson.
Hey, thank you, man. Appreciate you having me on.
Absolutely.
Thank you for the great introduction.
Absolutely, man. You know, I make sure I have very intelligent people, you understand me, who require a great introduction. You understand me? For those, of course, like I said, who know you, you don't require any introduction. You understand me? You are a man, a great platform. You understand me? That stands on his own merit based on the knowledge that you possess, research, investigate, and deliver to the masses.
Thanks, man.
Today, man, I want to have a roundabout conversation about a multitude of different subjects. Here at High Level Conversations, I like to have an actual cipher, you understand me, where we build and we collide and create new universes, you understand me, a university of thoughts. And first thing I wanted to talk about was time itself.
Yeah.
You know, and the ideas of time. There's a lot of people that's trapped into increments of time that they have to work in, you understand me, from a 9 to 5 position, and they have to live within windows of hours and dissect their days based on that. You understand me? And the unfortunate reality of it is that most people will never have a true understanding of life because they're living on borrowed time. You understand me? And so I'm always working to help present perspective and observation on where people can understand the laws of time a little more. You understand me? Especially as we enter into 4th and 5th dimensional phases here, you understand me, on this planet Earth. You understand me? Or the universe, as we will. You know, human beings, you know, we're very interesting, you know, beings.
Yeah.
You understand me? Like, just the idea that we allow someone else to decide what time is for us is a very interesting thing.
Yeah.
Right? From Julius Caesar to the Roman Pope with his papal bulls deciding, you know, what is a 365 calendar, what is talking about 7-day weeks and 60 seconds and 60 minutes. And we say, okay, let's go along with it.
Yeah.
You know, and we don't realize that it speeds up, you understand me, the process from being born to when you leave this place.
Yeah.
You know, and then we already have expectations on what life is going to be because there's other people that tell us what it is, when we're going to die, when we get old, when we're going to feel a certain way. So it sets up a curation for us to die a certain way and at a certain speed. I want to hear what your interpretation of what time is first.
Yeah. Well, you know, this is a very deep question. I've talked about this so many times in different lectures and workshops, you know, because for people in the 3rd dimension, we're in the 3rd dimension, what we tend to not understand is that time really doesn't exist. Clocks exist. Time doesn't exist.
Right.
And like you said, we've been given this functional arrow of time, which puts us in one specific direction so that we can organize our thoughts and our days and our years and weeks and what we're going to do and where we're going to meet up with somebody and everything else. So we have this ability to coordinate and collaborate with each other, like how we're here today at this specific time. However, if you understand that time is also an illusion, it's something that you can use as a tool, but if you also understand that it's an illusion, then you can actually master time and you can maximize what you're doing on this planet. Because if you go any high in all the higher dimensions, you know, we're in the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th,
So
and all the way up.
for the layman that don't understand what being in the 3rd dimension means, can you give us a breakdown?
Okay, sure. So if you draw a line on a piece of paper, that's the first dimension. If you then connect those lines and create a house on a piece of paper, that's a two-dimensional structure, or you can move that into a computer. Anything you see in a computer that looks 3D is actually 2D. Right? So, and because we're in the third, we can see down into 2D. We can see all the way down, obviously, into 1D, and we can manipulate those dimensions from our higher selves. Now, if there are beings in fourth, fifth, and sixth dimensions, there's people above us. Now, because of that, they see us and they recognize the past, present, and future operating all at the same time. Everything's happening at once.
Right.
There is no separation between the past, present, and the future. The arrow doesn't exist. Because they're higher than us, they can look down into the third and they can see into what we're doing. So
who are hey, we gotta unpack a little bit. We gotta unpack. It's high level, but I want to make sure that the people can follow along with it. So, talking about third dimension, right? It say ants are not third dimensional beings, right? Because they can't see upward, right? They're not horizontal. You understand me? They exist on a plane where they're looking forward, right? So when you're moving about the rest of the world that is higher up to them, they have no access to that, no perspective on that whatsoever. You understand me? For them, everything is straight and in front of them. For human beings, we have the ability to look upward, to look inward, to look outward, to look around, right? So therefore, we're connected into different angles, different perspectives, and different dimensions. You understand me? And then what I wanted to get with next, so let's say we got the third dimension, right? Now we're talking about the fourth dimension, right? What is the fourth dimension?
The fourth dimension is something called a tesseract. And if you go into the ancient text, it's Metatron's cube. Meta, M-E-T-A, meta. Obviously, the metaverse, right? They got that from Metatron's cube. It's a fourth dimensional substructure. Now, this fourth dimension is really something called a quasi-crystal. And this quasi-crystal in the fourth dimension, it casts a shadow. And the shadow that it casts, it creates the realm that we're living in here. We're living in a shadow of a higher dimension. That shadow creates a third dimension. It actually creates a fractal of it, creates this fractal holographic matrix that we're actually maneuvering in the third dimension right now.
So would the fourth dimension be considered a dimension of time?
You can address a fourth dimension of time like Albert Einstein was saying if you're just looking at a third plus a fourth being the arrow. But when you actually move up into another dimension, we now know in quantum physics that there is actually a fourth dimension. So all dimensions are in 90-degree angles of each other. And according to quantum theory right now, we're really anticipating that there's at least 11 dimensions, or otherwise the universe would collapse. So there really is truly a fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, all the way up. Not just the arrow of time. That's just something extra. They try to make it make sense back then by saying the fourth dimension is time, but time is actually not a dimension at all.
So now that's a very interesting, because it's a lot that I'm sure that everybody's like, all right, I thought I was smart, and then I tried to keep up, and then I got left behind.
Right.
You understand me? And what I want to bring people up to speed. You understand me? And the ideas in correlation to the analogy of how we're moving as a collective human species, specifically with technology, right? Because I think it can be connected to, cellular technology, right? Going from 3G to 4G. And, going from 3G to 4G to 5G, which allows us to be able to do different things that we normally weren't able to do that weren't possible, right? Let's say you got 3G phones, it's hell, you make better, faster calls, you understand me, connected. Then you get the 4G and you're talking about now applications and streaming, right? And Wi-Fi, right? Being able to connect within systems and the Internet of Things. And then 5G allowing completely new systems of possibility. And this was where I think a lot of people missed the point in 2020 where everybody was going through the craze of whether 5G was killing them or not. It was more so, what was 5G going to do? Right? So the NFTs and the Web3, right? And you're talking about, AR, VR, spatial reality, all these different things are not possible unless you have 5G being in connection. So it was representing a new world being produced outward. And it wasn't just an accident that NFTs came after the pandemic and this technology came after. There was something happening at that same point in time that for me, it was entering into a new phase of the world, a new dimension, a new speed, right? And that speed, you know, can be known as time, if you will. And a lot of people, without that ability to process at a high level, right? Like you got bandwidth, you got landline speed, you got Wi-Fi speed, you got 5G speed, you get left behind.
Yeah.
So everything seems that it's moving fast, but that's only because you're not moving as fast.
Right.
Everything stands still when you're moving at the same speed.
Yeah.
You understand me? And so what I've always tried to do is keep people up to speed where we at in the dimension that we're currently in, or a little bit above, so you can be ahead of your time as a visionary.
Yeah.
Because the fastest speed is the mind. You understand me? Being able to travel in your thoughts.
Yeah.
Right? That can take you into time, that can take you ahead of time, if you will.
Oh yeah.
But the ideas of time itself, I love the concept that it being an illusion, because, you know, even the era where time is connected to language, right? That I wrote in my book about how when we speak in the English language, you know, it's a very future tense reference, right? So we're always referencing the future as we speak. I will be there. I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
And we have so many different phrases within the language. We're always pushing ourselves, not connecting to the present, but at a later point in day and time.
Right.
You understand me? And I think that learning to be present connects us to the power that we have in control over.
Yeah.
And then once you have that power, then you know how to create seeds that can control the rest of the time. But you said something about beings, right? Now, we always look at ourselves as people, but then when we talk about people, you're talking about human beings, right? The being part is not something that the average person understands,
Yeah.
right? And then when you're saying that there are other beings, who are these other beings?
I believe personally, just based off of my research, and I've gone through now over 1,000 scriptures, texts, papyruses, cuneiform tablets from all over the world. They all have a very similar story. And all these ancient civilizations talk about beings, not just beings who came here from other planets, people that look like us and we look like them. In other words, not identical, but very similar. In other words, a bilateral, bipedal hominid of some type that can maneuver around, that has appendages that can manipulate the environment, because without that, you can't move out into space and other places. And they also talk about multidimensional. You get into like the non-commodity and stuff like that. You're talking about multidimensional beings. And so in physics, in quantum physics in particular, they started theorizing on these dimensions and were able to even analyze and discover some that they actually do exist. And on top of that, they realized that the dimensions are packed so tight on top of one another that if you can phase shift your atomic structure, your subatomic frequency, you can walk right into another dimension. And so they started postulating, what if beings from higher dimensions are some of these apparitions and these paranormal phenomena that we're seeing, are they able to maybe take a glimpse or a peek? Are they phasing through into our universe? And so from higher dimensions. And so they started really theorizing it. It seems to be, and based on my research, that there's people living everywhere. Not just, and I'm not talking about little green men with antenna. I think that there's people living all throughout this universe in the third dimension. And I think there's people living.
Okay. What y'all think about that, man, so far? What y'all have taken?
I'm fucking off this shit.
What you say, Trill?
I'm tweaking off this shit because, boy, this nigga just said, I ain't talking about little green people with antennas. He talking about people like us. So you mean to tell me, if I fly all the way the fuck up there and I land somewhere where I ain't supposed to have ever been, what the fuck is going on?
That's not what he's saying, bro. This nigga is saying, like, you could just walk into another dimension from where you at, but you gotta be like aligned with that shit some kind of way, like mentally or some shit, bro. That nigga deep as fuck. Like, he probably one of them niggas.
Yeah.
One of them dimension walker ass niggas, man.
I'm gonna do this shit with y'all today.
Hey, look, man. I want to be one of them type of niggas, man. For real.
Hey, real talk. You could tell he a perfect ass nigga. Look at him. Look how he dressed.
Man,
so he been the fourth and the fifth dimension. Now he might not have made it to the seventh.
Hey,
yeah. But he been to the fourth and
sure,
fifth.
for sure. He done had some fourth dimension pussy.
Yeah.
Man.
I want some of that fourth dimension shit.
I want to try that too, cause the way that hey, I want to dress like that.
Y'all some bullshit. Y'all on some bullshit.
And I want to put my hands together, and then without me even saying nothing, you already know I'm smart.
I'm telling you, bro. Like before I even open my mouth, that's one of them bitch. You know what it is. That's that aura. He's so smart. He get that aura off. Like don't say no dumb shit to me.
Yeah, cause
That's how I want to walk around, bro.
Wait, if we keep learning, we'll be able to walk around like that. But we gotta learn. There's a lot to learn. It's a whole lot to learn.
But see how they be talking. See how Buddy was saying like all of our speech patterns speaks towards the future and not in the present, but all of it is happening at the same time. So
Yeah.
if you speak more in the present, like I'm doing this, you know what I'm saying? Like you kind of tap in with that present that push you towards the future you gonna have. I guess that's what he's saying if I'm breaking it down the right way.
It's hard to break it down though.
And that allows you to like, because I can get it like if I'm actually doing something right, and I'm so locked in on what I'm doing, I'm making the progress without even knowing that I'm making the progress because I'm doing what it is that I'm doing, and before long you so engulfed in what you're doing that you just in tune. You become that shit. You understand what I'm saying? And then you I guess that's what he's saying. I don't fucking know, bro.
I mean, that's why we just talking about it. I mean, shit, we don't know. Shit, that's why we watching this journey.
But yeah, he don't. I see O for sure said he don't smoke or drink, but you gotta think about it. Like going back to what we was first looking at, the Indians they didn't drink, but they smoked, and they got in tune with their people when they blew on that weed.
Check this. You can't tell. Listen, bro. The shit this nigga talking about. You can't tell me this nigga don't smoke no weed.
He got it. I know he smoked weed.
But that nigga got to smoke weed. This is the only way your mind could open up to even absorb the type of shit he knowing.
Yeah.
Is to smoke some weed, bro.
Because if I wasn't high, bro, I wouldn't want to hear him. I'd be like,
no, I'm not high.
I know, but I'm
you high of life.
You've been high before.
You got some money in your pocket. Yeah, that's why.
That nigga been high before though.
Yeah.
So he knows this shit ain't too far fetched from the shit he was thinking about when he was high.
Yeah.
So he's like, damn, I can kind of relate to this shit.
Yeah.
This shit ain't too. Anybody that smoke weed could be like, this shit ain't too far out the possibility of being right.
Yeah.
Let me continue. Dive in some more. You know what I'm saying? That nigga smoke weed.
I'm gonna run a little more of it real quick, and we can talk about it again. This motherfucker long as fuck.
I was fine. That nigga weed, man.
That been 2 hours. They ain't gonna do the whole thing.
I'm trying to get a hold of the weed he get.
I'm trying to
be all throughout even higher multiple dimensions. Maybe at a certain level, a certain height in those dimensions, maybe they don't have a real corporeal body.
Right. Non-physical.
Non-physical, you know what I'm saying? But I believe that the consciousness is there.
Then that part is interesting, the non-physical aspect, because I understand that and I can believe in that idea and that concept. It's like what people think. I think of angels as angles.
Yeah. Right.
Because angels are supposed to exist in between dimensions.
Yeah.
You understand me? And angles, you understand me, are dimensions.
That's
right. And so it's like perspective is your angle in which you see things and view things. And oftentimes angels come and gives us new perspective, new thoughts. You understand me?
Yeah.
Arriving from a different, completely dimension of thought that we couldn't arrive at ourselves.
Correct.
But at the same time, when you're talking about non-corporeal bodies or non-physical bodies, you understand me? I like that concept because when you're talking about time, talking about light, talking about all of these different ways in which light or energy can exist within and consciousness, right? The awareness of, output, you understand, mathematical output, right? Do you believe that the universe is mathematical?
Oh, absolutely. the language of God is mathematics, because mathematics can literally explain everything that we experience and everything also that exists. Even the fact that we're existing in a light matrix can be proven through mathematics. So we're living in a matrix that's basically written on mathematics called Adinkra codes. And these Adinkra codes go all the way back to the Dogons, Dogon tribes out of Mali, Africa. They actually originated these codes, and they were given these codes by the Nomo, and they learned them. They drew them out as art forms. But now, and they put them on clothing and blankets and everything else.
So the Dogon tribe, very interesting tribe, you know, that was able to discover, you know, systems before telescopes and things of that nature.
Yeah.
So how did they arrive to be able to, because I know a lot of people, I posted about this not too long ago, people want to understand how the hell did the Dogon tribe arrive to it? Right? I just subscribe to, us being, gods, melanated beings on this planet Earth. We connected in a way that we just don't understand anymore. You understand me? And being multidimensional, I think about physics in that aspect where you're talking about things being entangled. Not Will and Jada entanglements, you understand me? But quantum entanglements.
Right, yeah.
And, once you understand that, being multidimensional to me is easily understood from the fact that you can break us down to atoms, right? And then cells, and then we get into our skin and we see our physical. But from an atomic level, those are different laws, right? And we're made up of atoms. So that an aspect of our existence is obeying different laws of the universe. And then our cells are obeying different laws, gravity and magnetism, right, and flow. But then we as human beings are obeying different laws, right, of gravity and magnetism in the universe. And then we forget about the universal laws of our multidimensional self because we only know man's law.
Exactly.
You understand me? So I think being multidimensional is easily understood as above, so below. You understand me? But the idea of the Dogon people being able to chart systems, how were they able to figure that out? You understand me? Before the Europeans had an idea of what was out there.
Right. Well, to be honest with you, if you go all the way back to the ancient Dogon history, before they got to Mali, they were in the land of Kem. They were the original inhabitants of the land of Kem before it was called Egypt. And so
Kem meaning the land of blacks?
The land of blacks, correct. Exactly, land of blacks. Kem was black, it's all black. That's in the tablets.
So Kem, there's so much jewels in here. But so in Kem, you understand me, that's Africa.
Yeah.
Right? I know everybody call the Middle East as if
it's Africa.
It's the Middle East is the most funniest made up concept, magical idea on the planet.
I know.
Because it's like you have in Africa, but no, this is like the Middle East Africa. It doesn't count for sub-Saharan Africa, Northern Africa, and East Africa. Like, but it's Africa, right?
It's Africa.
Yeah. So
I mean,
for those who don't
Cairo
know,
is in Africa.
Cairo's in Africa.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I know people still get it wrong till this day.
That's crazy.
It
So go ahead.
surprises me. But so they, according to their records and their handed down verbal history, their records are etched into caves and stuff like that. The Nomo came here from Sirius B. Okay, so there's a trinary star system that we know of called Sirius, the Sirius star system, A, B, and C.
Yeah.
B is a failed star. In other words, it ran out of fuel, turned into a white dwarf. These beings were orbiting on a planet that orbited that star, according to the Dogon, not me. Came here, they're called the Nomo. The Dogon called them the Nomo. Taught them all about the star system, the orbital pattern, our entire solar system, the names, the shapes, the sizes, the colors of all the planets in our solar system, all the planetary alignments. And they even knew that that white dwarf star was so gravitationally heavy that one spoonful couldn't be lifted by over 1 million men. They even knew that. We learned that in quantum mechanics and quantum physics in the 1970s, 1980s. We hypothesized it. And obviously we couldn't even see that star until the 1980s, 1970s, I'm sorry.
So when did they record it?
Thousands of years ago.
Thousands of years ago.
It's like, we're talking about over 6,000 to 7,000 years. They've had depictions of them and everything else, and they taught them how to make these Dogon masks, but they also gave them the Adinkra codes. And these Adinkra codes look like designs on clothing and patterns. When you turn these designs into three-dimensional structures, they become something called error-correcting codes. And Professor James S. Gates, a black professor who used to be the science advisor for Obama when he was in office, He's now the professor, I believe, at the University of Maryland in supersymmetry and theoretical physics. He discovered these Adinkra, he rediscovered them, obviously, and he turned them into three-dimensional objects. And then from there, he found error-correcting codes. He was analyzing and accessing information about the ether of space-time, and he discovered that the entire ether, in other words, everything this soup that we're operating in throughout the entire universe, is running on a specific code. It's called an Adinkra code. It's called error-correcting codes. The same exact kind of codes that run search engines and web browsers. That's what's running the universe.
So listen now. At certain points in
I'm
time,
going
the
to it. I'm going
glasses
to
gotta
it.
come off.
I thought
This
you was
is one of
screaming at
those
somebody at
points in
work, my
time.
nigga. My bad.
My fault, bro. I just saying, bro, these niggas smart as hell. We dumb as fuck. I know I'm a dumbass nigga, so you can't let this shit play too long.
No, cause I fucking forget it. So yeah, you gotta pause it.
I'm trying to put it together, piece it together, but I get left, man. They're trying to keep up with these niggas, man. These niggas breaking it down.
Yeah.
And they said something that stuck with me. Because one thing around the world that's the same, that no one argues against, is the solar system.
Yeah.
It's the places of the planets and the moon and the sun and the Saturn and the Mercury and the Venus and the Mars. Nobody argues that shit. Everybody is on the same page with that. We can't agree on nothing else, but everybody's on the same page with that shit. So that let me know that we all came from one. Like we were all taught from one source at one time.
Yeah, we was all working under one source until they start splitting everything.
Yeah, but see, that source was was so reliable that nobody nowhere that went anywhere else said this shit the wrong way.
For sure.
And that's kind of heavy because you know how messages spread between people. See what I'm saying? It's always something different. It's always said a different. It's like the interpretations of the Bible. It's always interpreted based on the person's perception, that person's angle of it.
That's the way you look at it.
Right, but the solar system is never a different angle. It's never a different nothing. It's all the same.
So why do you think that is?
Because I believe that at one point in time, everyone was one.
Okay.
There was one teaching. There was one place where everybody learned from, and everybody was taught under that system. But then when it came to things that could be debated, that's when the confusion started. You understand what I'm saying? Like Christians say God, other people say Yahweh, Islam say Allah. Those type of things, like those languages aren't speaking to different beings. It's speaking in a different language. So it's often confused, or it can be taken as it's something other than what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
I see what you're saying.
Damn, I'm smarter than the mother.
No, cause look, no, you gave me something perfect on that because, when I would hear Muslims be like Allah, I'm looking at them like, nigga, Allah ain't no motherfucking God, nigga. God is God.
And until you sat down and spoke with one of them, because I didn't understand. Like I've always been a person we all come from granny church.
Yeah, Baptist church.
Baptist. Everybody, every nigga Baptist, bro.
Boy, Baptist church, boy. It's
Everybody
something else.
Everybody had dinner at church with chicken. All the motherfuckers had with chicken, goddamn string beans, and some goddamn mashed potatoes.
Hey,
Everybody had.
The crazy part is the Baptist church, they always try to make it like they above everybody.
I wasn't in it long enough to figure that out.
I mean, I wasn't in it long enough to look, but I was there long enough to understand, because hell, a lot of the pastors will be like, "Oh, don't go over there. Don't go over there with 7-Day Adventists. Don't
Yeah,
you
but
need
see,
to be in this Baptist church."
okay, so my time spent was more of I was really a child. Like you couldn't, there was no convince. You couldn't even, some adults couldn't talk to me because I would have been illegal. Like nigga, I'm a baby, like 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years old. I remember just hearing stuff like just scripture from my grandma. Just like she'd say certain things from church. You know what I'm saying? Those certain things stick with me. Like certain things my mom would say, like no matter how my daddy was, she'd be like, always respect that nigga because that's your daddy. And the Bible said, respect thy father or some shit.
Yeah.
So him and my brother used to always be back and forth into it. But by me hearing that from my mom at a young age, I always just took it as I gotta respect this nigga, no matter what. So I can't get in that. See what I'm saying? No matter what happened, what they going through, I can't choose a side and get in their business because I have to honor my father. Not as far as the fighting and shit like that.
But it also said, honor thy mother and thy father.
Well, yeah, but we already honor thy mother. This is why she's telling us, don't choose a side. See what I'm saying? Because what we don't know as kids is our mama be on the fuck shit. So she know why daddy tripping. Mama done called his wife. Yeah. Now I ain't saying it's everybody, mama. This mama, I'm the only side baby on this panel probably. But I'm aware of that. It's understood. And Jesus was a side baby. We ain't gonna get in the immaculate conception. So ain't nothing wrong with it. It's just understanding that as an adult, you make decisions, and those decisions a child is not supposed to understand, and so they're not supposed to involve themselves with. So certain things that my mother would say, hey, don't treat your girlfriend like this, like you see the examples being set forth. So I never had a girlfriend, and when I did, I treated her way better than I saw. You see what I'm saying? Like lessons as a child, like these little seeds that be planted. We don't know, but they be planted and they grow up with us and they grow into who we are as a core of a person.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? So we are all, and when you say we all kind of entangled together, I feel like all black people, my cousins, ain't nothing I don't know. I might not know y'all niggas, but I know y'all niggas. Y'all niggas did the same shit I did as a kid. Y'all rode y'all bikes up and down the street, try to kick each other off y'all bikes too.
Definitely.
So we all cousins.
Definitely.
So I don't look at you no different. If I see your child in danger, I'm gonna help your child. If I see your child need something, or he's short, or somebody talking to him crazy, no, you ain't talking to that baby like that. Hey, come over here. Look, hey nigga, you need to mind your manners. You understand what I'm saying? I always like step in, even when it's older people. I be in the store sometimes. I be hearing these motherfuckers going off on these old people because they can't hear them. Like just trying to, I'm like, hey man, wait a minute, you ain't gonna talk to that lady like that. You shut the fuck up and listen, and you can hear what she say.
Yeah.
But you ain't finna talk to this old lady like that, or you ain't finna talk to these kids like that. That's the type of examples that I be trying to set. You know what I'm saying, myself, because I just feel like if those examples are set, you know what I'm saying, it could spark a thought in somebody else's head that'll be in conjunction with what I'm doing. And therefore, we all kind of looking out for each other.
Yep, that's a smart way to think about it too.
Yeah,
we always looking at each other like we trying to get over on each other or something like that. And that's why I'm able to be like, shit, let me come on the panel. Because these niggas my cousins, they don't even know it. We all related some kind of way.
Yeah.
We all niggas.
Right.
So, and even though we met in a crazy kind of manner.
A fourth dimension.
I knew he was gonna do it.
even we met in a different dimension and we speaking in a different dimension, we still can relate to each other. You know what I'm saying? And niggas need to see us communicate and, you know what I'm saying, learning shit and tapping in with each other and making sure, even though nigga ain't never seen a nigga in person at all. See what I'm saying? So that's one step, you know what I'm saying, to getting to this shit they talking about. I'm just rambling. I forgot what my point was. I don't know.
Now you speaking some real Jews right now.
Yeah, we listening to you. You sure you good?
All right, well, shit, I can keep going because I got a mountain of this shit, nigga.
Come on.
Goddamn, for real, because this shit get too deep for us to even really.
So let me ask you this then. In that fourth and fifth and that sixth and seventh and all the way to the 11th dimension, is there black people?
I don't think it's people at all. I mean, I think it's more of ideology almost. It's like more of a state of mind, like you
like
see
a thought
things of where you could see things more clearer. You understand what I'm saying? Like you could see it. Like he said, like we can look down into these other dimensions. These other dimensions is looking down into us, so they see it all happening as one. So once you tap into a higher dimension, you tap into a higher mindset. Like your mind has the ability to see things now and in the future, and it like as it's happening.
Okay, so what about when we pass away, do we enter in the fourth? Do you think we enter in the fourth dimension?
I don't know what the fuck happened.
I think we enter into another dimension. I don't know if it's the fourth, because I think we can reach the fourth while we're here.
Okay.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, she said he's been to the fifth and the sixth. I think.
God damn, that nigga have been out of space.
See, that's what I'm saying.
It's not a
see how he
space
dressed.
thing. It's not a space thing. It's a dimension. When you look at dimensions, do you remember the movies where them portals open like right next to you and you walk through the portal?
Yeah.
Those are the dimensions. Those are what portals. The portals open, and I believe you can open them like once you in tune with that shit. Like it takes a lot of discipline.
Now we did have a movie come out, The Fourth Dimension.
Mm-hmm.
Or another movie is what's that shit? In Time.
Nigga, Transformers.
Have you seen that movie In Time?
No, I don't think I've seen that.
Watch that movie In Time. It's with Justin Timberlake. Everybody live. They got time on their hand, and you pay by the time.
Oh shit.
So if your time runs out, you flatline off top. Yeah, and so instead of having them cash and shit, when they go to the bank inserts time on them. So you pay your, drinks, lunch, all that shit in time.
Everything is time.
And there was a man who had, he ran into this man who he was running out of time. Okay, so he was running out of time. He had like, let's just say 8 hours. I can't remember how long, but he had 8 hours. Or no, he had like fucking 30 minutes. And he found this guy that was hanging off the side of a building, and he stopped because he was supposed to run to. No, my bad. He had 2 days or 2 or 3 days, and he was going to his mom to give her some more time. But he ran into this man who he didn't even know he had that much time, but he had like 26 fucking centuries on his time.
God damn.
And yeah, and he stopped. He didn't have that much time. He stopped and was trying to, help him. So that man that was gonna kill himself, gave him all his time. He told him leave like 20 seconds or like 3 minutes or something left. And they just, they put their shit together and the time just reversed on him. And there was people out there that stole time. Like that would kill you. You couldn't kill them and then take their time. You had to take their time and then kill them.
Yeah. Damn.
I mean, just take their time and they would just die.
Damn.
And that shit was crazy, bro. That
What's
movie
the name of this shit?
is called In Time.
I need to check that out.
Look it up, Solo.
It's on Netflix.
I ain't gonna lie to you and say yeah.
I'm just gonna look. I know what to find. I know what. I think I can.
Yeah, just put it in Google and put In Time Justin Timberlake. And that movie was crazy, bro, because it's, you know, what if we get to that? What if we get to that? We're not gonna be killing each other for money no more. We're gonna be killing each other for time. So it's basically like the rich got way more time. And matter of fact, speaking of that dimension shit, nigga, they had portals. So whatever portal you was in, that's how much time you didn't have. So he was going, when he got that money out, and you had to pay to cross each portal. So they would take time out of each portal. And the laws was connecting him because of his time. He was paying time to go to these portals. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I think he went all the way to like 9.
Which one is it? I don't even see it.
Put In Time with Justin Timberlake.
Okay, I gotta put Justin Timberlake in there.
In Time. I-N, my bad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It'll pop. There it go. Right there. In Time.
It's on YouTube, Amazon, Apple, Google. Yeah, it came out 2000. You still gotta pay for it?
Huh?
I said you still gotta pay for it?
No, I can watch it on Apple.
Is it on there?
It's on Apple.
Apple TV, yeah, you should be able to.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure they got a DVD or something too. At Walmart or something.
I'm gonna check it out.
Hey, but that movie is crazy, bro. Speaking of what we talking about now, he had to, and that's what's crazy to me, because I'm like, bro, this nigga had to literally pay to get to another time, to get to another time, to get to another portal, because he was in the poverty portal.
Okay.
He was in the like poverty where they don't have nigga, like you gotta give little kids time. Oh, and little kids, they get like automatically when they're born, I think they get like 10 years or something like that, 20 years. They might get 10 years. And once it gets, once they get to that time, now they shit start really running.
Oh, okay.
And these laws, the cops, they had cops, and the cops would basically keep track of the time. They wouldn't care about you. They wouldn't care about when they was on like level 3. They wouldn't care about level 3s. They would just care about you stealing other people's time.
That's pretty much our dimension.
Okay, yeah. And then when he got to portal 9. Everybody in portal 9, bro, had sentries, bro, on their arms. They were gambling centuries, no money, bro. It was gambling off time, bro. And they would, matter of fact, he went down there, and when he got there, he got in the gamble, like a little gamble thing, and they put like 160, it was like 160 centuries or something, 160 years or something extra. And he won all that shit, and they was trying to get it. Yeah, it was crazy, bro.
I'm gonna watch that shit tonight.
It's a good fucking movie, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm gonna check it out tomorrow.
That shit line up damn near just like what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Dimensions and them time and that shit like that, because I really believe them dimensions is real.
Yeah.
I don't know. And when he say that people from these dimensions are like kind of like us, I really just believe he mean that these people, because it's nothing for a person from a higher dimension to travel to a lower dimension.
Yeah.
It's nothing for them to
But
do that.
it's
That's,
harder for somebody at a lower dimension to travel to the higher dimension. Yeah.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I wouldn't believe. It ain't too far fetched to believe that these type of individuals is walking around with us.
And that's why the laws was on his head, bro. They was chasing after him, trying to get him, arrest him, take all the time because they was tripping out because his name kept popping on the time, and they have cameras there. So they kept seeing him pass portal after portal after portal after portal, and they like, oh hell no. How is he able to give up a century, 2 centuries, 3 centuries? Cause he was cold with it too.
I'm gonna check that out for sure.
Yeah, his wife, I think one of his best friends, matter of fact, he was going back. He went back to his house and he was trying to give other people time. And I think at the end, if I can't remember, because I be falling asleep, and my wife would she be getting on my ass. We go to the movie theater and she cuts me out, bro, because I get up in the cinema and they kick my feet up. In about 10 minutes, I'm gone. So at the end of that, he took all the time and he was just passing time out. They had like little things that they was like remote.
In the Matrix.
Can't hear you.
He threw a bag of that shit out, and it was giving everybody like centuries,
A lot of time.
Yep. At the end, because the laws was on his neck about that time, bro. They was trying to gun him down, bro. It was one cop that was trying to get him every time, bro. And that cop, matter of fact, he was paying for time.
Like he was actually really out to get him for his time.
I don't think he was a good cop, because it was a couple other ones that were actually like telling the gang that actually steals time, like tell him, hey, he's going here. I need y'all to go here and get him, kill him and take that time and then kill him.
I want to check that out. That sounds good.
Nah, that was a good movie, bro. I watch shows and movies, bro. So, I be on that shit. I watch everything. I try to watch
because they put it in our face by putting it on the movie.
Yeah, they do. They do.
And that shit be the tricky part, because it's like, y'all niggas think this shit really, ain't nobody thought of this shit. Shit they trying to program your mind to already accept.
But the thing is, if you could think of it, it didn't happen before.
Exactly. That too. And that shit probably come from another dimension.
Oh yeah, hey, for sure. Yeah, that's right. That they were saying that the time didn't belong to him. He wasn't supposed to get that shit. So they were trying to take that shit from him.
Yeah, but who was they gonna give it to? They wasn't gonna give it to who it belonged to.
Gonna take it and put it back in the bank.
Oh.
So when people work at people was working at say you working at Wendy's, you don't get paid in cash, bro. You get paid by your time. So if that bitch, your time, you get 30 hours, nigga, that 30 hours of time that you got. And you gotta, basically work that shit out. But 30 hours ain't too long. You got one day, couple,
That's a day and 4 hours, 6 hours, I think.
Nigga, the next day you wake up, you gotta hurry up, rush, go get that time, then clock in to work. You know what I'm saying? Or you gonna die. You just fall out.
Damn. Yeah, that's fucked up.
Yeah, people was he was in the poverty part, so he seen death a lot, bro. They was people he would wake up, when he would wake up, his mom was there. Hell, his mama looked young. She was young because she kept her time. And they were on portal 1 or 2, and he was walking down the street, with people dead. I mean, to get on a bus, bro, you had to give up time. to eat, you had to give up time. Drink water, you had to give up time.
I believe that. Oh, for sure, I believe that shit. Cause they got to get your brain ready for that shit.
Yeah.
They don't want to shock you too much with the bullshit, cause you'll go against it, and they want you to. They don't want no resistance.
Yeah, they don't want you to rebel out.
Right.
And that's the whole that's why I feel like a lot of this shit, bro, we really way too far behind.
Yeah.
We really done ran out of time, bro. These folks is in control of this shit. They know what they doing. They already got it. Nigga, you got a nigga. Anytime you got a nigga that get a position at a job that's a nigga, and he feel like it's his job to oppress another nigga.
They won.
They won, bro. It's over with.
Yeah, they won. And
bro,
you know what? I hate that shit, bro. You be so happy that another brother is on top and he just bring you down easy without even, And it's like, nigga, you just got this position, nigga. Why are you like this, bro?
And not only that, a nigga will lie on you, bro, to make himself look like you do, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. It don't even take all that, my nigga. I told nigga I do too much bullshit on my own. You ain't gotta lie on me.
Yeah, for real.
But if you ask me, I'll tell you the truth. Like, don't lie. I ain't finna tell. I ain't gonna let you allow you the lie to be what I get the consequences for. I'm gonna allow you. I'm gonna take the consequences for the truth. So if you say, yeah, I seen you. They sent me pictures of you at the racetrack. If I wasn't at the racetrack, brother, I wasn't at the racetrack. I'm gonna say the racetrack. I'm gonna question you about it, and I'm gonna make you say where I was at, so I can say, okay, yeah, I was there doing this. And if
I'm pretty sure. Hey, I'm pretty sure at the Pentagon, bro, they got cameras of everybody, like everything that's going on in each state, all that, bro, so they can see that going.
They say they got enough electrical wire in that motherfucker to wrap around the globe twice.
Yeah, they definitely going digital with money, bro. I was looking into some shit about that crypto shit. You know how they pushing everybody to buy crypto, bro? If the dollar collapses,
they gonna lean on the crypto. That's why the banks getting involved with
so you still gonna get crypto regardless. It's never gonna run out, bro. There's nothing. It's not gonna run out. It's just gonna keep fluctuating. So what they doing is trying to get everybody to buy crypto now.
So look, this is my ideology and shit. Okay, there's no such thing as a debt. Anytime I could say I could go in, anytime you could go on the computer, because see, all of our money is digitized. When we get direct deposit, they put the number into your bank account, right? And they add all of the numbers up that's there, right? So it's a number. And all it takes is a motherfucker to go in there and put 2 more zeros behind the number,
Yeah.
last number on your account, and voila, you're whatever in there.
You got it.
You know what I'm saying? So that's all they do is just add on another zero or add on another 1 to the first number or the end, 0 to the end number. If you have the ability to do that, how could you ever be in debt?
Well, think about this, Real Spill. You know, it's people out here that's you give them that bank account number, they give you they put 10,000 or 5,000, whatever you agree with them on that shit.
Yeah.
Now, it was a couple times that I wanted to jip my bank, you know what I'm saying? But I got to thinking about my name, you know what I'm saying? Nigga won't accept me in no bank. I'm not finna do that and fuck up my shit.
And then not only that, bro, they supposed to be the tax you so far up the wazoo for that shit, man. You'll never pay it back.
Yeah.
Or they don't even be worth it unless you one of them quick flip type niggas. Like you get that 10 bands and you know what to do with it.
Yeah.
You 100 right quick, put it back.
See, but them quick flips, they usually don't have shit in their name. They usually don't have shit going for them. Because if I get 10 bands, my 10 bands is spread out between my bills.
Exactly. Same here.
And by the time it's time left for me, hell, I probably got about $500 left. Yeah, I'm gonna spend that. You know.
Yeah, I'm gonna do me, nigga. Yeah, it's up, baby. Whatever. Yeah, we ain't gonna do it long, but we gonna do it.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Once
Yeah.
the bills get to kicking in, you're gonna be like, bro, I need to pay this bill. Let me pay this bill 3 months up. Let me pay this.
Yeah.
And once you do all that, once that shit acquired, all that money gone. You like,
But
damn.
see, oh, for sure, I can't let you get by with that. Our dollar is worth a lot in other countries.
Oh,
Don't ever get that twisted. Our dollar is probably not really worth shit to us, but it's definitely worth something over there.
Well, it's going down though.
Yeah,
it is going down. Value of it.
Okay, the value of it going down to what, nigga? If I take $1 over here and my dollar worth $1,000 over there, if it go down to $800, nigga, I'm still cool.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Like we go to Turkey, like our dollar is probably like $600-700 to them.
Yeah, but your Starbucks is $300.
Yeah, but what you paying there, you gonna have to pay like $300. You know.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that shit it's gonna cost a lot more, and it's gonna be like crazy kind of. But you looking at it like in your American money is like, okay, well this was really like $5. But it's priced to where you really don't get to live the amount of money you have, the lifestyle. But it's a country I was telling you about, Solo. That nigga said, if I save $5,000, I do a currency exchange. I can go over there and live a lavish life for about a week.
Yeah.
I'm talking about I could rent Bentley, I could rent, you know what I'm saying, Maybachs and shit, you know what I'm saying? I could stay in the expensive hotel there. You know, I could have all kind of shit having it my way. You know what I'm saying? But after that week, my nigga,
it's over with.
Yeah, you gotta go come on back to America because you gotta build it back up because it only gonna take you so far. But what I was thinking was like, okay, I could wait maybe next year or two. That'd be to gentrify my community some more, and I could probably get a lot, and I could just take that money and go over there, and I could live the rest of my life through it.
Just like in Africa, $5,000, you a millionaire.
That's what I'm saying. But even though shit gonna cost you $50,000 for a bottle of water, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be crazy like that. But even when you save $5,000 and you just kind of like multiply it, you know, to maybe like $500,000, now you kind of working with something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now you can really.
Shit, $1,000 ain't shit to us down here.
No.
That shit fly quick.
Yeah, but over there it's $1 million.
But then you don't get what we would see over here. What our $1 million and their $1 million is totally different.
We know. We definitely understand that part. Because we know if I take $100 over there, I'm a millionaire. A bottle of water gonna cost $100,000.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's ridiculous. Come on now, what the fuck is going on here? But what I'm saying is, like, if you take enough money over there, you probably have enough to really go there and live comfortable and live out your days on some regular shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You can't be you gonna definitely have to go down there and stay a little bit above the projects. Like the nigga in Denmark. You remember him last night?
Yeah.
Now we'll live a grade above him. You know what I'm saying? Cool. If we don't like overspend and overdo shit. But we could be cool right there with about 500,000 over there in the countries where our money is worth. It's valued at that. I mean, you got enough money where you could probably pretty much sit back, figure out how they making money over there and ease your way in and make some money. You know what I'm saying? Just to have some money coming in. Or, bro, I'm going to tell you something, bro. They're going to fuck you up, bro. Back in 2014, that's when, like, it was 2014 or 2015. It was right around the time, like, when niggas was talking about that Bitcoin shit, right? And this was before this shit was, like, way out of hand. This shit was like $1 a coin or some shit. So I had ended up got this contract with this company. And when that contract was over with, I had a large lump sum of money, pretty good lump sum. And I wanted to start 2 companies, an investment company that dealt with like day trading. So it was like you buy low, sell high type of shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then you still looking for other shit to invest in that's like for the future. And this is around the time I could have bumped, if I'm into that, I would have bumped into Bitcoin. See what I'm saying? So around that time, with that little lump sum of money I had, I got that shit going, but I just didn't. I was fresh out of prison. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really know about. I didn't have the right people around me to like understand what I was trying to do. You understand what I'm saying? I didn't know to like stop fucking with these folks and get around them type of people. You know what I'm saying? Because I know now how to get around them type of people. I just go where them people at. You know what I'm saying? Like go function where them people functioning at. So, but back then I could have got about 8,000 or 9,000 coins, like on some just. Well, I grab because it's still $1. In my mind, that's how I would have looked at it. I'd have been like, oh well, it's still $1. As long as it don't go down, I'm cool.
Yeah.
Because all I'm doing is day trading. I'm using about $5,000 or $6,000, maybe $10,000 at the most. And then I got another 10,000 on reserve. So with that reserve 10,000, I would have, if I'd have ran into Bitcoin and knew that was some shit that was gonna be implemented, because you gotta look at it like everything's finna digitize. So that would have been the smartest investment, because you're gonna have to purchase things with this coin. This is a digital coin, so so that'd have been the smart investment. Long as it's $1, I never lose. You see what I'm saying? So cool. I'd have bought about 10,000 of them bitches. And niggas, right now, y'all niggas wouldn't know me. I wouldn't be on the internet. I'd be somewhere with some hoes.
Then there you go with that bullshit. I'm gonna run some more of this video real quick, man. Before we get out. You on some bullshit.
I had to do it to you.
I already knew it. I knew it was coming.
We'll get too serious, so I had to make niggas laugh, man.
Nah.
Y'all loosened up around him.
Nah, I knew it was coming. I was waiting for the bullshit.
All right, come on, let's do it, man.
When we're talking about Indinka codes and going into multidimensional aspects of thinking, you know,
this is the stuff your insurance company doesn't want you to know about. Have you noticed your auto insurance payment?
This episode is brought to you by Gold Water. But, you know, being connected to the stars, you understand me, and being connected to the universe is a very interesting aspect of thinking. You know, I grew up, you know, in the Nation of Islam. Okay. And in the Nation of Islam, there is a lot of, you know, astronomical teachings, you know, about astronomy and sizes of the planets, and that was one of the first things we had to learn. Wow. Right, where the distance between the planets, the speed of light, the speed of sound, right? You know, the total square mileage of the water, earth, land, mountains, rivers, lakes, right? Everything. So, you know, deep into the teachings of Elijah Muhammad is astronomy, right? He wasn't really into astrology because he said it was too much guesswork. But astronomy he was into because it was mathematical. Yeah. And you're talking about, you know, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, for a black man to be teaching astronomy, especially the poor black people in America. It was it was
light years ahead of his time.
It was an interesting indication of, you know, where he got his knowledge. Because he had a 3rd grade education, but he was teaching about astronomy. Yeah. Right? And he would dare the scholars of the world to prove him wrong. Of course,
Back up,
did,
Solo.
right? Because he was talking about Pluto back in those days before they would recognize Pluto.
Rewind a little bit. I just need to hear.
This was one of those points in time when we're talking about Indinka codes and going into multidimensional aspects of thinking. You know, this episode is brought to you by Gold Water. But, you know, being connected to the stars, you understand me, and being connected to the universe is a very interesting aspect of thinking. You know, I grew up, you know, in the Nation of Islam. Okay. And in the Nation of Islam, there is a lot of, astronomical teachings, about astronomy and sizes of the planets and distance. That was one of the first things we had to learn.
Wow.
Right, where the distance between the planets, the speed of light, the speed of sound, right? The total square mileage of the
got a
water,
question.
earth, land, mountains, rivers, lakes, right? Every
Go ahead.
What's faster than the speed of light?
Sound?
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
What is it?
Wind.
Nope.
What is it, motherfucker?
It's easy. The speed of darkness.
What?
Nigga, the speed of darkness gotta be faster than the speed of light.
Man, I'm not gonna be playing with you, bro.
I'm just saying, bro. Think about it, bro. What? That's they got to be faster. The light never catches up with the darkness. The darkness outruns the light. So what's really faster?
Well, not necessarily, because
Not necessarily, bro.
look, because why are we more light than day now? But then we get into the wintertime, it's more night than day.
Bro, I don't understand none of that. I just know that when I cut the light on, the darkness disappears. So it got to be running faster than the light. The light never catches the darkness. I know that. So the darkness got to be faster than light.
Well, technically, the light do catch the darkness. If you catch it in the morning when it's coming up, it's dark and the light is catching.
Nah, we ain't talking about that. We ain't talking about that kind of light.
What the fuck kind of light you talking about?
We talking about like the light that they're talking about. Like a light just illuminates. When a light illuminates, the darkness runs from the light. So the darkness has to be faster than the light. It has to be.
No, I can't think
without light, you have darkness.
Yeah.
Right? When you cut the light on, the darkness disappears. You don't see the darkness going away when you cut the light on. The darkness actually disappears because the room illuminates. So
you been smoking at work?
Leave me alone, man. Damn, you can't touch a nigga, man. They keep folks call me in the office, man. Nah, go ahead. That's how my mind works. Like, nigga.
And you know what? I'm gonna Google it tomorrow. And I'm gonna find out what's faster than light.
Right. If Google don't tell you darkness, that means Google ain't thinking on the same wavelength.
Okay, we'll see.
So, deep into the teachings of Elijah Muhammad is astronomy.
Yeah.
Right. He wasn't really into astrology because he said it was too much guesswork. But astronomy he was into because it was mathematical.
Yeah.
And you're talking about, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, for a black man to be teaching astronomy, especially the poor black people in America. It was
like years ahead of time.
It was an interesting indication of, where he got his knowledge. Because he had a 3rd grade education, but he was teaching about astronomy.
Yeah.
Right? And he would dare the scholars of the world to prove him wrong. Of course, none of them did, right? Because he was talking about Pluto back in those days before they would recognize Pluto, right? And I used to always think about why. And one of the last books that he wrote was called The Theology of Time.
Oh, wow.
And The Theology of Time it's not a book for the beginner, initiate. You understand me? It's definitely more novice when you get into your understanding.
Yeah.
And then that's when he proposed and he talked about alien life on Mars. Right, he talked about the different planets, who can and who can't go there, what they were doing and building. Like, he has very detailed composition of thought on extraterrestrial life.
Yeah.
You understand me? And the origins of the planet itself and the universe itself.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very interesting because we often believe that our connection to, the way that the Dogons were able to chart the stars is lost.
Yeah.
Right. But that knowledge has always been within our DNA and always been passed down within us. There's just certain keepers of that knowledge, right? And those keepers of the knowledge are not often listened to because, especially today, we in a very static, distracted, low-level way of thinking.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you have to think about the mind, and it's not even to say that they were the most intelligent people on the planet, but connected You understand me? As being different. Like that's a different type of intelligence.
Yep.
Because we only measure academia or scholarship intelligence that you get from universities. But we don't measure the intelligence you get from the universe.
Yeah.
You understand me? I want to talk about, I don't want to leave time in the star system just yet, but I do want to talk about your relationship with astronomy and whether you believe astrology to be a true science or not.
Well, I'm actually an amateur astronomer.
Okay.
I've been doing that for a long time.
Yes, sir.
I have a real nice telescope. I have a Celestron SLR, and it's a real nice telescope. You can actually see the rings of Saturn, see Jupiter, you can see Mars.
Yeah.
I took a famous picture that's been circulating for years of Mars during the summer. When you take a picture of Mars during the summer, it actually has green, it has blues. It's not a red planet. You can see that the ice caps are smaller, which means they've melted. There's a lot of liquid water on the planet. And a lot of those greens, I believe, is vegetation. And now all the science data is coming back out from NASA. Now, all of a sudden, press releases are coming out. The soil on Mars is better for growing crops than on Earth. Now they're saying there's billions of tons of liquid water on Mars now.
Yeah.
You know what
I
I'm saying?
can believe that.
And they're also talking about the fact that there's an atmosphere that is the equivalent to being like 18,000 feet above sea level, but that's like going to Peru. I'm going to Peru in a few weeks, right? So same thing. You got to acclimate to that height, to that low oxygen, but you can still breathe as long as you stay close to the ground. Once you go higher up, it's going to be very dangerous. But if you're within like 10 feet of the ground, you can actually breathe. You just need to acclimate. So all of a sudden, all this is coming out because why? They're getting ready to build an infrastructure up there, in my opinion, and do a breakaway civilization. That's what the whole Elon Musk and all that's on Mars is all about. So I got really into it. Now, one of the reasons why I built the underground shelter that you mentioned, called Fort Terra Nova, that was back in 2012, was because I was analyzing the precession of the equinoxes, the movement of the stars across the sky, the constellations across the sky. I noticed that they were speeding up. Based on my calculations, it was moving, instead of 27,000 years for one cycle, it was actually averaging around 25,000. I'm like, are the wrong? Are these great astronomers wrong, or what's going on? And the more I dug into it, the more I looked into it, I realized the only thing that can explain this is if our sun is orbiting something. It would need breakaway speed, and it would, it would speed up and it would slow down, speed up and slow down. So I started digging into that. I found out that they had something they were calling nemesis out there, something that they couldn't exactly say what it was, but they were saying there was a huge object out there orbiting our sun, and our sun was orbiting it. And they found it about 3 or 4 years ago. They labeled it Planet 9, but really is a brown dwarf star. They found a brown dwarf orbiting our sun. So we live in a binary solar system. We don't have one sun, we actually have two. One's a brown dwarf, which you can only see with 2-mass infrared mode on your telescope. You have to have a digital scope to see that because it's so dim, you can't see with the naked eye.
Is the sun black or white?
The sun is white. It's bright white, so it's not black actually. If you actually were able to go out and look at the sun above the atmosphere, you'll find out that it's actually bright white light. When it hits our atmosphere, it scatters, and when the light breaks down, we see more of the yellows because the blues are kept up there. So the sun actually is bright white.
Well, some say that the sun is black, but it's the charge of light that gives it the appearance of white.
Well, it's a nuclear explosion. Now, what's interesting about the sun is that a lot of the light doesn't even get to the surface for like 100, 200,000 years. So it could be both, a little bit of both. It could be that it is a dark sun, but the light is what we can see. For example, the sun is 8 light minutes away from Earth. So if the sun went dark right now, we'd have daylight for 8 minutes. Now the light,
and that's 90 million miles away. 90
million miles away, right? And the light that's formed on the inside from the collision of the atoms on the inside, the nuclei, when they're colliding and splitting, that light doesn't go straight from the center core right out to the outside of the sun. It actually meanders through the inside of the sun for thousands and thousands of years before it releases itself and leaves the corona. Then it takes 8 minutes to get to Earth. So the light that we're experiencing right now is hundreds of thousands of years old before it even got to us, before it left our sun.
So light is very interesting. You understand me? I want to talk about light and water for a second. Look like we might get to the whole elemental period by the time we're doing this conversation. So, I remember before I got on a journey of, teaching the financial literacy and liberation aspect, You know, my deeper studies was into quantum physics and science and psychology and, you know, a multitude of different things that I believe would help guide enlightenment. You understand me?
Yeah.
And so studying light, I started studying the fourth phase of water, right? Where in between, you know, for those who don't know, you know, water has 4 different phases. Some people say 5, but we're going to the 4. You understand me? Solid, liquid, gas. You understand me? And I used to think about that because I say the only difference between the water and each structure is the proton arrangement, not the proton count.
Right.
So it's not something new that's happening to the water that is entered into it that changes its state. It's the arrangement, you understand me, of its energy. And so when I thought about that, and then of course, you know, light is energy. So we can say that it's light that changes, and then water has the most different states out of any other element. And so I liken that to consciousness, right?
Yeah.
That our consciousness can be in rigid states, it can be in flow states, right?
Yeah.
But what changes? Your consciousness going from a lower consciousness to a higher consciousness is enlightenment.
Yeah.
Right? You know, when we read, right, I always say we re-add, right? We're re-adding knowledge that is already in us because we're not actually, nothing physical is going in there. Nothing is going to tinkering and changing with your brain. It's literally electricity changing the arrangement, you understand me, in the structure of your state of consciousness. And you can see a symbol, right, in gain enlightenment, right? And it can cause an inner knowing that can have your mind, you know, raising this vibration, right?
And Doug. Hello, Ghostbusters. It's Doug of Doug and Limu. We help people customize and save hundreds on car insurance with Liberty Mutual. Anyway, we got a bit of a situation here.
And you know, that's not something that we often think about. And a lot of people gonna be like, "Oh, this conversation ain't gonna high level for real, right?" But I say the 4th phase of water on purpose because you know everything around us emits energy. Every single thing. We walk into a room, we say, "Damn, the vibe is off."
Right.
We don't realize we're speaking in scientific terms. You understand me?
Real science.
Yeah, it's true science. The vibe is off, but you have an intuitive connection on what that vibe is.
Yeah.
Right? That there's friction in the air, that the ions, you understand me, are positive or negative charge when you go into different environments. And so if we understood that, then number one, we will create a more conscious sensitivity to the environments that we go to. But we are in environments that are often very austere to, you know, our embodiment, our aura, you understand me, and who we are. Because, you know, for those who don't know, we emit an aura from our heart. You understand me? And when that is pierced, that's when we start to get sick. And we are in environments we're not supposed to be in that are in friction to whatever our vibration is. That's when we feel off, right? And there's only certain people, and I'm a Minister Louis Farrakhan said, somebody asked him once, they said, how are you able to go into all of these different type of environments? You understand me? And not be changed by them or not feel sick by them sometimes because you're around all these different type of people. And he said, I bring my own atmosphere.
That's right.
You understand me? Like I bring my own atmosphere.
I know exactly. I know exactly.
Yeah.
I walk into a place and I put a bubble around myself.
Yeah.
I just literally put an energy bubble. I just see it coming out of my head and wrapping myself. And I walk through, I got my energy bubble.
Yeah. No, that's super key. I mean, so when we go to water, right, we 70 to 90% water. Some people say I'm basically almost 100% because even those things can be made up of water.
Yeah.
But when we're talking about water and the effect that light has on water, right? Because, you know, water is charged by light, and water has memory in it. You understand me? I think it was Dr. John Pollock that was giving a breakdown on the 4th phase of water. And it was one of the same doctors who discovered, I believe, HIV back in the day, who's trying to figure out ways to utilize sound waves to create medicine. You understand me? And basically that every disease has a frequency, and if he can counteract that disease with a dominant frequency of the cure, then he can cure that person. Because water traps frequency in its protons. You understand me? So that if our environment is a certain vibration, then we take on that vibration of that environment.
Yep, absolutely.
It's the same study about rice and water. When you speak over certain things, you're trapped.
All right, fellas. We can
Damn,
talk about,
bro, you always trying to end the live, nigga.
fam, I gotta get up at 4:45 in the morning.
I get off at 4 in the morning, nigga.
Yeah,
All
nigga, I ain't ending it right now. We got 15 minutes to discuss it. That's why I stopped it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and I'm gonna put when I do live tomorrow, I'm gonna pull the same video up to finish it.
Great.
So I'm giving us some time to discuss it or chop it up or whatever. I don't want to just take out the whole time with the video and be like, all right, gotta go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Leave
Okay.
you with that homework.
Yeah.
Man, you got no, man.
Trill, what you think?
Dog. This shit got me. I'm telling you, I'm starting to really open my mind now because I'm like, damn. So even if I go to another country, if I just keep my bubble basically with me, my atmosphere, I won't get they diseases.
Right. You got to stay in
But
your
how do I get that? How do I get my mind to adapt? Like, I don't know. How I get my mind to keep
create
me?
your bubble?
Yeah.
Well, your bubble is your aura. Like, long as you don't never allow whatever their environment is into your aura, then it can't infect it.
Okay.
So I get what he's saying. It's just hard to keep. Like when Farrakhan say he bring his environment with him, maybe he's at a mental state where he
can control it.
He's a supreme being, like as if he has this kind of automatically. But with us, we'll have to bring like our family, like this is our bubble. You know what I'm saying? This is our atmosphere. This is what we're bringing. This our, you know what I'm saying? That could be a strengthen your bubble.
Okay.
But that doesn't strengthen the whole family bubble because your bubble not gonna protect everybody. Everybody has to have that same bubble of atmosphere. You understand what I'm saying? If that makes sense.
No, that makes perfect sense.
I definitely get what he's saying, and I think that's how I made it through COVID. Because I'm one of them. I think I may have caught that shit before they knew it was a COVID. Because I remember I got sick as hell.
I did too in February, bro, before it actually hit.
Yeah, before the Mardi Gras.
Yep.
I was sick right before Mardi Gras. Then when I got over that shit, I went to Mardi Gras, and I never got sick after that.
Me neither, bro. I never got a shot, and I never got sick after.
None of that shit. And look, my mom ended up having it, and she was living in the same house with me. So she was sick. She had stage 4 cancer. So she had to come stay with me. So she ended up getting COVID going to one of her doctor appointments. But I was taking care of her, and I never got it. I never went in there with no mask. You know what I'm saying? I never did none of that shit they was talking about on the news. I just took care of my mama. You know what I'm saying? And I never caught that shit. So all that shit was just like I could see where I may have been unconsciously forming my own bubble around.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because I didn't get sick at all, bro. I was like you, bro. Because every year, I always get sick around my birthday. A little bit before my birthday. In February. Or I might get sick in late January. But once I'm done,
I'm good.
Good until next year.
To go. Yeah, next year around that time.
Yeah.
I not know why that shit be like that.
And that's why I be saying, that's why I was telling people, bro, that COVID-19, that ain't shit but pneumonia, bro. Because that's what I get, bro. I get pneumonia every year.
You see what Officer said?
What do you say?
Control your emotions.
Okay.
I guess
that's one component. That's one key component.
You bring your atmosphere with you.
That's definitely one of the key components. But even in control of your emotions, it's still your emotions not always the control of your atmosphere neither.
Yeah.
It could be it's not even your mood might not even change. It could be just that you could still be happy. You could be happy allowing bullshit into your system. You know what I'm saying? You just can't get caught up in what's around you. I guess also. Cause you could be, cause you could go, cause like people be inside, like some hoes trying to go to Miami. Miami. They happy as hell. They get to Miami, they happy as hell. They go to the club, they find the biggest trick in America. They happy as hell, but then they get sick because they allowed that other shit into their atmosphere without, basically knowing that was some bad shit to allow into their atmosphere. So that, with that being said, is like, don't allow no extracurricular shit neither. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't go over there fraternizing.
Is it got something to do with eating their foods?
Well,
Eat your food that your body is used to, or go eat that shit.
I don't know. Certain countries, we just not gonna like their food anyway. They don't cook it right. You know what I'm saying? We gonna want to say we want to go to the grocery store on our own. We like to eat our food a certain way.
Yeah, seasoned a certain way.
Yeah. Like, I had just talked to my wife about. I tried to figure out what she had against Lowry's, because I ain't seen no Lowry's in the house in months. I said, is this a personal problem that you have with Lowry's? You need to let me know, because I like Lowry's. And we've been together for 5 years. You should know that I put Lowry's on everything.
Yeah.
So if you have a problem with Lowry's, we might as well start the divorce process, because I did not marry a black-white woman.
Yeah.
Well, she might like Mrs. She might like Mrs. Dash.
No, we got to have some Lowry seasoning salt in the house.
Okay.
They don't sell Mrs. Dash here.
Okay.
In a good Georgia GA in the bottom of the map. They don't sell that here. Now, I would love for you to send me some Mrs. Dash so I can get a dash of what that shit getting like.
Nothing.
You know what I'm saying? Nothing.
Yeah.
Nigga, don't send me nothing down here with no flavor, man.
Nah, for real.
Bro, don't do that, bro. God damn, man, I'm gonna take your nigga card almost, bro.
It's like Mrs. Dash is more like for people, I feel like, with maybe like high blood pressure type shit.
Mm-hmm.
It'll give you a little bit, but it ain't like that Larry seasoning salt, all that type of shit. Yeah.
My blood pressure gonna go higher if I don't taste no flavor.
But see, look, the crazy part is we shouldn't even be getting high blood pressure and stuff, because what we ate was worse than what we eat now.
No.
We ate come on, we ate pig feet, hog maws,
everything.
Chitlins.
But hold on. That was more natural than what we getting there. Everything we getting now got antibiotics and different proteins in it that they done shot in it. Steroids. Back then, they was getting, when they got their chitlins, that was because the owner took all the pig and didn't want the chitlins.
Right.
So that was fresh. It was straight out the pig ass.
But we need antibiotics. Animals have to have that, for the simple fact is, it's like I have to give my chickens, now I don't give them antibiotics frequently, but once a month they get antibiotics so they can be able to break down or kill whatever pesticides come through them.
Right.
That way, I don't get that by if I was to eat them, I wouldn't get it.
But the thing is, when them chickens was out in the wild, they was killing them and eating them. They was curing themselves from whatever they was eating. They know what to eat when they feel sick. Just like a dog, when his stomach is upset, he gonna eat grass.
Well, no, what was happening was the chickens that did catch it, they died. The ones that bodies could kind of fight it off, they was the ones that was living. So even though they didn't get sick, got it, they have it.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? Like for instance, fowl pox. If I didn't shoot my chickens up with fowl pox, once it start getting hot and rain, the mosquitoes come out, they gonna bite on their face, bro. They gonna get bumps all over their face. Big, I'm talking about it'll cover their face.
Damn.
But I give them a shot under their wing, and when the mosquitoes do come, they might bite on them, but they don't get none of them bumps. So we do have to actually give them antibiotics. Now, frequently, no.
Right.
You know, like I do once a month, bro. I got my birds on like once a month. So they get it, but they don't get it for a whole nother month.
Yeah, they you space it out to where it's not, it wouldn't affect the person that's eating it. Right?
Right.
What you saying, right. So okay.
Correct.
So it's something that'll be easily flushed out or so minimal by the time it gets to the person that's eating it that it's kind of damn near not even there.
It's not there. Like for instance, worming them. They have to be wormed just like dogs, just like anything. You have to worm them because in that meat, it'll be wormed. Now, if I worm a chicken a month before I slaughter him, he won't have worms.
Right, but you don't get them. You don't slaughter them until like after that month or real close to that.
Yeah.
Time
You don't slaughter them within that time frame of you doing all that.
Right, okay, yeah.
But like, so I can't be a Muslim, bro, because I love the fuck out of pork.
Yeah.
I was just eating 2 pork chops. Them motherfuckers was good. I can't see how they passed that shit up.
I'll definitely be on whatever restriction come along with the not eating of the pork because I got to have my portion.
I gotta have my portion of pork.
Yeah,
and if you think about it, they're not nasty animals. They're only nasty when you keep them in one cage. If you go kill a boar, that motherfucker, hey, he done dug for roots. He done probably killed a couple rats, ate that. That was protein. He done probably ate berries and all that other shit. They're not eating their own shit and doing all that. They don't really technically do that. They might eat. Now you throw the food on the ground, they eating it and maybe, some shit get on it, but got nothing to do with, them actually eating shit. They don't do that.
Right.
Nothing's gonna eat their own shit.
Shit.
What?
My motherfucking Frenchies.
I mean,
there's some nasty some bitches, bro. I swear to God. I never get no more at this shit. I'm like, what the fuck?
They be eating it.
Yeah, they be eating it. One to be shitting, one be behind him trying to eat the shit out his ass.
Oh man,
bro, I'm like, what the hell?
that ain't what them Frenchies doing, man. Them
bro,
Frenchies,
shit, I'm telling you.
That's them purse dogs them bitches be trying to spend all that money on.
Yeah, them hoes nasty as fuck, bro.
And they eat shit and they be licking them white folks in the face, man.
No. Even my homeboy, they be breeding them. He was like, because he was breeding bullies at first, and I was talking to him, I got some free, like I got some too. Me and my lady was my lady with me. He like, them some nasty shit eating motherfuckers. Hey, when he said it, you ought to see me and my girl, we both be like this. Because I thought it was only my dogs. I was like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? But now I know it's most of them dogs.
And you know what that might be though?
What? I can't hear
that bloodline genetics. It might run through, because people actually don't know how to actually breed, bro.
I got 2 different bloodlines.
But that's what I'm saying. It don't matter. It's what happened to them. What caused that? What's the smell? It's something. It's something that triggers that, bro. It's a trigger, bro. It's and you can break your dogs. I promise you.
Shit.
You just have
It
to.
gotta be something you can do. To
Yeah,
stop
the
them
breaks,
from
as soon as they shit, I gotta go pick it up. Because if I leave it there, they gonna be over there eating that shit.
Damn.
Like, no cap, bro. I gotta go pick it up instantly. If I don't, they gonna be over there eating them motherfucking shit sandwiches.
Hey, Solo, man, I hate you going through that, man.
I won't let them
I hate
do
you
it.
going through that shit, man. God damn.
Look,
You
look,
spent all
look,
that
my
money.
crypto right there. He got one. Look what he said. I don't know what the fuck it is, bro. Them dogs be doing that shit. Like, this is my first set of Frenchies. If I'd have known that shit, I would have never got no Frenchies.
Yeah.
I'd have got a toy poodle or something, bitch.
Yeah.
I got a poodle too. I got a poodle.
Yeah, shit.
I got my little baby a poodle. She wanted I get you a little poodle.
Yeah, don't get her no Frenchie because it's gonna be eating shit and licking on your baby.
Hell no. She got a poodle. That big ass dog I got, that's a poodle.
Oh, okay.
Looking like goddamn what's that nigga name? Alf. That what his ass look like, Alf.
Well, man, it's about time for me to go, fellas. I appreciate y'all tapping in, man, fucking with us, man.
Man, look, please got all them subjects. Yeah, please hit the like, man,
subscribe, comment.
Yeah, man.
All three.
Because we want to be in Denmark again with the cokehead and shit, man. We on education shit, but we want to have fun in Denmark.
We gonna finish that video tomorrow that we can, we can have fun after that.
All right.
We can talk about whatever y'all want to talk about. I don't give a damn. Y'all can bring us some topics. I'll pull them up. I mean, shit, I can do that tomorrow. We can wait on the video. I just be going on what I be having in my head.
Nah, that's good.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Nigga want to know what
got me
thinking.
Yeah, for sure.
That shit definitely got a nigga mind work on some other shit.
So if y'all got something y'all want to talk about, just let me know. Shit, I'll pull it up and we can talk about it, look at it, talk about it. It don't make no difference. I'm down for whatever, man.
Yeah, y'all need to come to my live too sometime, man.
How you going live tomorrow, nigga?
I don't know. But I think I work nights, so if I happen to get a nap.
As soon as you get ready to do it, put it in the chat. Put it in our chat, bro. Send it to the chat.
I'm gonna put it in the chat, man, tomorrow.
I get off tomorrow.
What time?
I should be home. I should be off like 2:15, 2:30.
Shit, I'd be leaving out. For work then. They got us out here 2 hours away from where I live. And I got to leave the house. At least, you know what I'm saying?
You can still go live from your phone. You ain't gotta pull us up. We'll be in there in the comments, nigga. You can still go live from your phone and make content.
All right. If not, I'll be on yours.
Okay, because I'm gonna go live early tomorrow and later. So I'm gonna do a live tomorrow for a little minute, and then I'm gonna play Call of Duty, then get back on and shit.
All right, man. We gonna tap in.
All right, that's a bet trip. I'm gonna be hitting you up for one of them shirts. I'm gonna need 2 of them too, though.
Okay, bet.
I gotta see what size the lady will get on one, and I give me one.
Okay.
All right, that's a bet. I appreciate y'all tapping in, man. Be easy.
All right, no thanks.
Thanks.
All right.